onye anyanwụ na kpakpando n'ọnwa na-akpụ isi ala nye, onye a na-ebuli aha nsọ ya elu wee na-etu ya ebighị ebi. Chineke nna nwanne otu onye biko na anyị wee na-arịọ iwe na-akpọku gị n'oge awa eze ebube dị ngọzi, ka i wee nọnyere ụmụ gị n'ụwa niile. Ụmụ gị bụ ndị IPOB, ezinụlọ nke iji aka gị wee họpụta eze ndị nsọ, bụ ndị gọziri agọzi wee tụọ ugo pụrụ iche. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị Biafra ebe niile ha nọ, ka i wee nye anyị ezi nghọta na amamihe. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, ka i wee banye n'ime Amerịka wee kụziere ụmụ Biafra nọ n'ime Amerịka ihe, tụmadụ ndị Igbo nọ n'ime ha bụ ndị tagidere ha mbọ ga wee fuo na mba ndị ọzọ. Chineke nna nke igwe biko nụ bịa ka i wee napụta mkpụrụ obi ndị iberibe dị dị etu a. Onye nwe m, anyị anaghị asụ okwu anya, ọ bụ ozikidi anyị wee na-aga ya. Anyị wee na-agbasa ozi ọma gị n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu. Anyị anaghị asụ ngọngọ, anyị anaghị ala azụ, anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ ọbụla dị ndụ. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna, anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị ka i wee nye ndị dị etu a echiche na ndị Amerịka efuwo iberibe abawaghị ime. Onye nwe m biko nụ, anyị nọ n'ezigbote mkpagbu, ala Biafra nọ na mkpagbu, ndị iro abatago anyị ime, ndị kpọrọ asị abatawa anyị ime, ndị a na-ebighị ugwu abatawa anyị ime, ndị ekworo na ndị ọjọọ abatawa anyị ime, ndị na-eme anya ukwu abatawa ụmụ gị ime. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi biko mee ngwa ngwa ezi Chineke nna bi n'igwe, ka i wee zọpụta Biafra. Bịa ka i wee zọpụta ndị niile bụ ndị na-ebe akwa arịrị n'ihe Fulani Janjaweed na-eme, na ndị odibo ha bụ ndị Yoruba. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko nụ bịa ka i wee gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Bịa ọsọ ọsọ, kama nke kachasị nke biko metụ ụmụ gị n'obi n'ụwa niile, ka ha wee ghọta mkpa ọ dị na anyị ga-eji ofu olu ofu obi wee gaa njem a. N'ọbụ IPOB ka ị họpụtara kamgbe gboo, iwe tinye okwu nsọ nke gị n'ọnụ, anyị wee na-ebu amụma dị iche iche gbasara ọnọdụ anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa. Kama ha aṅaghị ntị, ndị ọjọọ, ụmụ ekwensu, ndị ji obodo ekwensu bụ zu uwe hiwe isi, agaghị anyị ntị. Ugbu a ndị iro abatawo n'ime anyị. Onye nwe m biko bịa ka i wee zọpụta anyị. Ị ga-ekwe ndị efulefu a na ndị iberibe a wee laa ụmụ gị n'iyi. Akwa ikwere anyị nkwa sị na Biafra ga-abịa. Anyị kpọkuo gị n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu, anyị kwụsị ife arụsị, anyị lekwasị gị anya na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nkụziele nke ndị agha, na o nweghị ihe ọbụla anyị rọrọ gị na-anaghị emere anyị. O nwekwara ihe ọbụla rọrọ gị na mbụ na-emere anyị. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, anyị wee na-arịọ gị biko ka i wee gbaghara anyị mmehie. Ekwekwara ndị iberibe bi na Amerịka wee memela ụmụ gị. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi biko nụ, anyị wee na-arịọ gị sị gị na ihere ga-abụ nke ndị niile bụ ndị na-achị anyị ọchị, bụ ndị chịrị anyị ọchị n'ikpetamazụ ụbọchị nke taa. Eziokwu wepụta ihe n'ime ndụ anyị, na Fulani abatakwa n'ọka. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, ejidekwa ụmụ gị wee na-ala anyị n'iyi ofu na ofu. Nna nke igwe biko metụ ndị gị n'obi, nye anyị ezi echiche, nye anyị amamihe, nye anyị akọ na uche. Ezi nna dị ngọzi, bịa ka iwe etinye ọgba aghara n'etiti ndị ya niile bụ ndị Janjaweed, ebe ọbụla ha si wee na-apụtasị. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, na ọgba aghara n'elu ọgba aghara ga-anọ n'etiti ihe. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, anyị wee na-arịọ gị si lekwa anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị na-achị iru gị. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị nwe obi tọrọ obi aṅụrị n'ime gị. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ gị bụ ndị IPOB n'ụwa niile wee na-asị gị eze ebube dị ngọzi. Ọ bụkwa naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-eto wee na-akpụ isi ala anyị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, anyị anaghị efe ihe ọbụla nwaanyị mụrụ. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, ma ọ bụ ihe aka mere. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, n'isi anyị efekwala arụsị ọbụla, na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke ebube dị nsọ, onye ime eluigwe, eze ndị eze. Anyị bụ ụmụ ogbenye wee nọ na nnukwu mkpa. Biko nụ dịka isi wee zọpụta ụmụ gị bụ ndị sespot abịa ka igwe zọpụta Biafra, eze ndị nsọ, n'ihi na nke a bụ nkwa nke ikwere ekwe. Okwu gị niile bụ ihe na eme na eze ebube dị ngọzi. Biko bịa ka iwe nyere anyị aka, bịa ka iwe zọpụta ụmụ gị, ezinụlọ gị bụ IPOB n'ụwa niile. Biko tụkwala mgbe na n'otuto na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma. Onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa, Chukwu gị ka abịa ma Elohim Adonai El Shaddai, site n'ebighị ebi ma bụ n'ebighị ka anyị na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. For those who are not accustomed to our very frank style and way of broadcasting, you must get used to it. Because here we speak the truth. Uncompromisingly. It doesn't matter how bitter that truth is. It must be spoken because Elohim has ordained it. Chukwokika has given us a message, and that we must give to the living. That is why everything we say comes to pass. Everything we say, every prophecy, every prediction, every utterance, every assertion, everything we proclaim must come to pass. Because our position has been exalted beyond that of the average understanding of a zoo citizen. If you are not in the spirit, you will not understand what we are doing. You have to be in the spirit to appreciate it. We are going to move very speedily ahead this very evening to preach this very message, this very gospel that heaven has given to us. It may sound very bitter. Some of you may not like it, but it is the truth. If you go into your home, into your tiny room, you ponder and you reflect upon what you're about to hear this evening, you will know it is the truth. And hopefully you will repent, because we are here to do justice, that Biafra may come in truth and in every honesty. That when we proclaim that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, that man may validate it and heaven will authenticate it. I start this very evening by delving straight into the problem. Why are Fulani Janjaweed from across the entire Sahel in Biafra land? Why have they come? Not just in Biafra land. They're in Bini. They're in Yoruba land. Do you know why they have come? Are you aware? Some of you are doing videos. Some people are in America doing video, doing voice notes. Some are in South Africa doing voice notes, doing video. Lamenting. Lamenting. Exactly the same thing they said we are doing before. That we are lamenting too much is what everybody is now doing. Everybody is now lamenting. Everybody, because they don't have the vision. They were not given the gift of discernment. They were not able to see what Elohim revealed to IPOB. They cannot see it. What we are saying today, we started saying since 2012. There is no difference. Sometimes there could be slight variation in terms of emphasis. I don't want to speak too much grammar this evening. I hate it. Parents are listening back home in Biafra land. Elohim found something very special in IPOB, the light, truthfulness, and uprightness. And Elohim said, this very gift I will give to you. This very mantle I will give to you. I will tell you things before they happen. I know they will not listen. I know my children in Biafra will not listen. But I will give it to you so that when it happens, they may make a reference and say, behold, we heard about this many years ago, but we did nothing. That is why we are where we are today. The complacency of our people, the cowardice of our people, the timidity of our people, the treachery of our people, envy, jealousy, and gluttony. I call it the 7 deadly sins. That is what is afflicting us today. And are some of you seeing the videos we are seeing? Have you seen what is happening in Benin City? Have you seen what is happening in Benin? I'm asking you. Have you seen what is happening in Edo State? Am I sure? Are you people actually aware of what is going on everywhere? That the people that have come, as we told you? Do you know why they are battling Wike in Iguacha? Do you know why they are fighting Governor Jason Wike? Are you even aware? Are you remotely aware of what is going on in Iguacha? I very much doubt it. Some of you do not know. You have no clue, you have no idea. But this evening we shall endeavor to tell you what is happening. It is because the largest population you have in Biafra land is the Igbo people. As a matter of fact, everybody is Igbo anyway. I'll prove that later. Everybody is. I can prove that quite comfortably. But for starters, I made a post this evening before I came on air. I alluded to somebody who wrote some garbage about Ibibio not being Biafra, but conceding that when the white man came to Calabar, that when the white man was coming, in mid-19th century to late 19th century, in 1800s, when they were coming, they recognized that we are Biafrans, even in Calabar. Some of you may have gone to, or may have passed through the very distinguished, Hope Waddle Institute in Calabar. Some of you may have. I don't know if it's a university now. I don't know. On the same par as Government College Omai. That's DMGS in Onisha and CKC in Onisha. And Methodist College in Uzakoli. I want you to understand something this very evening. The white man came and knew that this was Biafra. When the Presbyterian Church was being formed, they said, this is the Presbytery of Biafra. Now I made that very post. Somebody came today, somewhere else, and was writing complete rubbish. That honor is a fake. It's not Ibibio. Ibibio is not Biafra. These are the people in the payroll, or should I say in the pay of Asorok. And I will tell you their job. Their job is to divert your attention. Their job is to deflect your attention. Their job is to create as many fake accounts as possible in the names of people from in the Ibibio names, in Efik name, in Anang, in Ejo, in Isoko, in Urobo. Their aim is to deflect attention and to destroy any cohesion. If you come together, it is a threat to them in the north. Some of you don't know this, maybe out of stupidity or out of ignorance, I have no idea. But you must understand that every saying of the ancient, Igwebike, that is strength in numbers, that once you're united, nobody can defeat you. All those things are still relevant till this very day. And because we ignored them, that is why the Janjaweed managed to divide, and now they are coming for the final kill. They are doing it because instead of the zoo, instead of us to keep on exposing what is happening in Asorok and the zoo will collapse, they better go to war. That is why El Rufai, Maman Daura, Aisha Buhari, that is why they have convinced the Janjaweed Caliphate in the north that a war is better for them than allowing IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu to expose the fraud inside Asorok. What I'm giving you now is gospel. You may not understand it, you may not appreciate it, but in the end, one day you will say, oh, of course you're right, because they have no reason to go to war. This war they are planning now was meant to have been carried out in 2023. That was when they wanted to strike, not now. We have now forced them to move early. And that is where their downfall will come from. They have now marched their army down unprepared. Some of you are busy doing video, doing record. How they have come, oh, there's emergency everywhere. And we keep asking you this evening, as we have asked you in the past, or as we have asked you in the past, when you heard this very gospel in the beginning, what did you think? When we told you that Elohim prepared this very time in heaven long time ago, that the only way we can be free as a people is by seeking our freedom within Biafra, what did you say? Some of you idiots were towing the Fulani line. Say, oh, the war has been fought before. Why do you want to fight another war again? Because you know nothing. Israel is fighting war till tomorrow because they are hated. They are despised. And as I was quite cleverly reminded by somebody, do you know why Israel disappeared for over two? Of course, is condemnation from Elohim. But do you know why they found it very difficult? That even today, some people in the UN are still saying, oh, but where is Israel? Israel doesn't exist. It's what is happening to us now, especially in the so-called Niger Delta and South. And I need you to listen to me very carefully. When somebody wants to destroy you, I said this thing on Sunday. Ask yourself this question. Why is it in the north they have retained all their traditional names? Kanu, Katsina, Borno, Medugri, all the Bauchi. Ask yourself why. Nasarawa, Zamfara. Ask yourself why. Why did they now come to Biafra land and call you Cross River that has no meaning, which is the River Cross? River State that nobody knows the river they're referring to? Are you listening? Very carefully. Delta State that has no meaning. The reason why they took away your traditional names is because they don't want you to discover who you are. And if you don't know who you are, there is no way you can even recognize an enemy when it's coming. That is what is happening now. Now do you see their trick? That's what they do. Do you know who started this very thing? When Hadrian, the Roman emperor, entered the Holy Land of Israel and took it, the Roman army took it. You know what Hadrian did? A European. That was where all of them learned this very trick, including Britain. Everybody, including Cypriot Africanus, when they came to Carthage, present-day Tunisia, and took it. And let me tell you what they do. If they want to mess you up, Europeans, they want to mess up your life. You know what they do? They take your place and they give you a name that is meaningless. That was what Hadrian did in Israel. Hadrian took Israel. When they took Israel and conquered Israel and Jerusalem fell, you know what they did? He wiped away the name of Israel, if not for the Holy Bible, if not for the scriptures, the Torah. Israel would have been lost forever and ever. And that was why Ben Gurion, when they asked him at the UN, what is your proof that you have a right to exist in Israel? He quite simply raised a copy of the Bible. Because in every other history, the word Israel had been erased. Only the Bible contained Israel. And you know why they did it? They never wanted them to come back again. Complete annihilation, obliteration from the face of the earth. So that when you're running back to that place you claim you come from, now they have come back to Israel, saying, but this is the land of Israel. They're saying, no, it is called Palestine, which is actually the name, a corrupt version of Philistine. Do you know who did that? A European, Hadrian, Emperor of Rome. Because these are the children of the Most High. They have persecutors from everywhere, from every angle. There's an enemy. The same thing that is happening to us today. Biafrans and the Igbos, everybody, every Biafran, as a matter of fact, every Biafran, they just highlight the Igbo. As I told you only on Sunday, that the position the Igbo race is occupying, the Igbo ethnicity, I should say, not a race, because the entire Biafra is a race, is the unique position that Judea occupies in Israel. So much so that the name of an Israelite all over the world is Jew. And the Jew is somebody who inhabits Judea. The same thing that is why when they are killing you in the north, even though you're from Oran, and your mother is tying two-piece wrapper and they are killing her, or from Urobo or from Ishekiri in the north, they say Nyamri. The same thing that they did to Jews all over the world. Once they are killing an Israelite, they say you're a Jew, they will kill you. And the Jews were hated the same way the Igbos are hated today. For no reason. For absolutely no reason. So what's happening to us now has happened to other people. It has happened to Israel. It is a perfect example. They renamed it. Go and look at history textbooks. Go and look at your maps. It was renamed Palestine. Palestine has no meaning in Arabic language. It is a corrupt version of Philistine. And the Philistines, of course, as Brother Akadi reminded me today, are the Nephilims, they are the giants. They no longer exist. You know that very well. Remember Goliath? Remember? They're called the Nephilim. You can Google it if you want. They no longer exist. So Arabs that came from the peninsula into the Holy Land, occupied it, are now telling us that they're Palestinians. They're Philistine now. Philistine. Philistine, and you're short. 4'4", Philistine. When the original Philistines, the proper Philistines, were You know, go and read your Bible, how tall Goliath was. That the Nephilims, Nephilims, if you want to add S to it, to pluralize it. They were hated. The same way the Jews of old was lousy and stupid is how we Igbo people are even more lousy now than ever before. How many times have I been to the US? How many times did I go to begging them, telling them that the Fulanis are coming home and they will kill us? I said to them when I went to Baltimore, I remember not too long ago, I was in Baltimore a few months ago, and I said to them, very soon you will have no home to go to. Some of them we are laughing, we are in America now, we are in the States. I said you will have no home. When we say these things, people don't understand. They don't reason very well. Because if you reason very well, Elohim will tell you to listen to what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. When Israel wanted to come back, the world said there is no place called Israel. It's now called Palestine. And by the way, it's owned by Palestinians, by Arabs. I have nothing against anybody. I'm not saying that the Arabs in Israel should be driven away. God forbid, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. But they're Arabs. They're not, there is nothing called Palestine, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm very, very happy that was a renowned scholar in Saudi Arabia that rose up one day and said, no, that Palestinians don't have a claim in Israel. That the land, God, is in Quran. God gave it to Israel. Something is happening to you now in your village. In Akokwa, in Uruala. They have come. And if you ask them now, where are you going to? They we are going to southeast. What does southeast mean? Is it southeast of the moon or southeast of the sun? Understand their trick. Oh, we are in Cross River. Cross River of which you cross the river and then what happened? Oh, we are in Cross River. Because you have no name. You have no identity. But do you want this whole invasion to stop tomorrow morning? Rise up and tell them that your name is Biafra. Even though you're in the zoo. Just let all of us in the east, which is Biafra, rise up and say we are Biafrans. Believe you me, those Dangote trucks, they will turn around and go back to the north. Try it and see. But the more you said, leave the chart of this thing you're doing, I'll imagine the Lord to say, okay, that's an opening. Have you ever wondered why, when one state is in trouble, in the I call it southeast, which is the entire place, the land of Biafra, have you ever wondered why Wike is in trouble and no other governor is helping him? Because he's a rivers man. He's rivers. Why can't you people ever reason? But in the north, they're all north, all Arewa. But some of you don't, you cannot reason, can you? You cannot comprehend what is going on. We, Igbo people, is the problem. Igbo is the problem. You know that petty village envy, and you petty jealousy. You see what has done led you? Because of your petty jealousy, now Jaja would have come now. Because they know you will not listen to IPOB. They know very well. And the only people they are afraid of is IPOB. They know out of your stupidity, your envy and your greed, you will not listen. They know it very well. Igbo man with his stupid village sense. Have you seen it? They have come. Now you're running around looking for IPOB. Oh, how do we help? Oh, yeah. Keep your useless money. Keep it there. Let them go. And as I've said to you, if you see Fulani in your village, it's an order. Point them to the houses of those in America. Tell them to go and occupy it. They think they have sense. I want to prove to you that that's your village sense. Won't get you anywhere. It won't get you anywhere. You are doing sense. I'm in the States. They had their mistress. Oh, don't listen to them. Oh, say to go now. They have come. When I ask Amaka, not now, Amaka, not yet. When I ask Amaka to post the video in Bini, you will shed tears. I'm telling you, if you're from Edo, you will run back and go and reclaim your village this night. And I'll play for you later on. So you will know. That is what they are doing to you. When all of you know very well that there is no Buhari in Asoroke, even an idiot knows. Let me ask Nabikam if because Namaka is too old, he knows. Let me ask a little 4-year-old. Where is Buhari? And he will tell you. All of you know. But because I was brought up in Shogunle, I was brought up in Okokomaiko. Oh, Hamibo, but I'm in Okokomaiko. Your stupid, your ignorance cannot allow you to reason properly. And because, listen carefully to this, because you allowed them to get away with the charade of Buhari, they now think all of you are idiots. And because you're idiots, you will believe anything they tell you through Channels TV. Now they can do anything they like to you. Now, understand this very carefully. Has it ever occurred to you that they no longer report the number of people dying in Kanu? People were dying in their numbers. Commissioners dying. Government ministers dying. All of a sudden, no more report of death from Kanu. Do you see how they roll? Is this the country you want to belong to? A country where almost everybody is a liar and a deceiver. People have lied so much that they even lie to themselves. When they can no longer lie to themselves, they bring in a bit of envy and jealousy and like a garnishing to garnish it. The Fulanis are coming into our land because of Igbo people. Your so-called political class or political elite. Those idiots that say, oh, we are learning all that rubbish. The fault is with them. If you want to know why Wike is struggling now in Iguacha to contain this tidal wave of Alamaji relentless, they are everywhere. He's fighting a losing battle. I'm sorry to you, you're not telling the truth. A losing battle, they will take it. And then we'll fight him from outside. Those who are outside and those who are going to come back to fight our way into our land. Unless you wake up and do something and beg. You have to beg, you have to kneel down and beg IPOB in public. When they were prescribing, some of you were clapping. When they were, some of you were all happy. Where are we today now? Where are we? I'm asking you. If IPOB were not prescribed by the governors, do you think these guys will have the guts to come to our land? Of course, they know they cannot. But some of you are calling for the governor. Hey, governors, they've done well. IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, you want to bring us problem here. Now the problem has come. Uninvited. And you're doing video from America, sending message. Hey, we're in trouble. I'm asking you people, organize yourself. All town union. Well, you are an idiot. From today, anybody who makes such a stupid video again, I will mention your name on air and I will destroy you completely. You are an idiot. It's now you remember to make video. Now you're making video. Now, all of a sudden, you now remember there's something called social media. The same social media, some of you are laughing. Oh, your social media. Now you're using it to try and reach people. Yoruba was on social media. But when you came, they will say, no, don't come here. Don't come here. But they are there. They are there doing it. And we said, no, we'll be there. That's why Biafra is resonating all over the world. Look at how people that move cattle, look at how Nama gatherers have messed all of you up with your so-called PhD, with your so-called nonsense, intellectual rubbish. See how they messed you up now. As an Igbo person, Biafra, all of you, you see how you're on the floor. Useless, completely useless. As usual, kneeling down and begging, oh, can you please give us presidency in 2023, please? Oh, can you give us? You see them all over the world, in Europe, in Asia. They dress, and talking rubbish. Knocking their walking stick, talking rubbish, pure rubbish. It has happened now back home. They are there in our villages, so if you don't know, they have come. Now you remember social media. You remember there's something called Facebook Live. You're not doing Facebook Live. Oh, come on and help us. Things are not well. Let us. Okay. So what do you think IPOB has been doing all these years? But shame. Shame couldn't allow them to open their useless mouth to say it. I'm sorry, IPOB, you've been rattled along. They couldn't say, they cannot. Shame won't allow them. You have leaders and elite, yes? And Wike is battling alone. Yes, and Wike is fighting alone. Now they're threatening him to impose martial law, whatever nonsense they call it. Impose emergency rule in Iguacha. And I'm asking you, oh, I thought you have leaders and elders. With gray hair, you have elders. You're insulting them. Hey, how many elders have spoken and said, we stand beside Wike? I said it before they killed Ken Sarawiwa. Had Ojukwu stood up and rallied and said, you cannot kill him, he wouldn't have been killed. But you are doing, I'm Ogoni nation, Ogoni nationality. And he was killed. When I was arrested in 2015, people, the world don't know this. When I was arrested in 2015, the first people to protest were Bayelsa women. The second to protest were Akwa Ibom women. Women. The third to protest, the people walked all the way from Agbo and Ewanke to Enugu for 4 days to go and protest. On their way back, they blocked Head Bridge of River Niger. Are you listening? Did they kill me? The answer is no. Do you know why they couldn't kill me? Because everywhere there was protest in Biafra land. Everywhere. Not just Igbo. Everywhere there was protest. So they knew there would be a problem if they killed this man. Oh. Now you understand that once you are united, an enemy cannot come in. An enemy can never come in. Once you become impregnable. I say, oh yeah, I'm from Isoko, I'm from Uhurobo. This is not Biafra, but they have come into Benin because they know you're foolish. They know you don't understand unity. Kanuri and the Fulani with Hausa are working together. Can't you reason? Can't you reason? Can't you think? Hell, stupidity. Stupidity is a disease. It's a disease in the south. Look at them in the north. Borno is a separate empire. Kanem Borno, very powerful. Hausas, very, very powerful before the Fulanis came and took over everybody. 3 of them, they come out and march as one. They march as one. They won't allow you to divide them. But they come and say, oh, no, you are Ibibio. You're not Igbo. You are South, 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 South. And the idiot writing this thing in Ibibio did not ask himself one simple question. What is the meaning of Ibibio? Because every name in Biafra land has a meaning. That is how you know we are one people. It has a meaning, a traceable meaning. As somebody taught us yesterday about the Enachoken of Abreba, where the name came from. We have names that you can trace. You can find it. We know that Calabar is a corrupt version of Calabari. It is the same thing. Calabar and Calabari, the same thing. It was a white man that corrupted the name. Now, are you following? Are you following? They asked him, I'm from Ibibio. Hey, don't include me, not your Biafra. And I'm asking you, what is the meaning of Ibibio? Can anybody tell me? Let me check Facebook. Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word Ibibio? I don't want old school. I don't want old school IPOB. Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word Ibibio? If you don't, I will tell you. I'm counting to 10. 1. I can't see anything. Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word Ibibio? That's what I want to. Let us educate the whole world. No, they don't have it. Nobody can tell me the meaning of the word Ibibio. No, they cannot. They can't tell me. Now, nobody can tell me the meaning of the word Ibibio. No. Now listen. Ibibio means Ibonta. Igbo Junior. That's the meaning of it. You know the way somebody gives birth to a son and you name your son Junior. It doesn't mean that child is junior. Because in Igbo land, you have a place called Igbo, the big Igbo. And the law of nature states that when you have something big, there must always be something equally, no, I wouldn't say small, but a replica of it. Ibibio simply means little Igbo. And when the white man came, in all their earliest writings and literature about us, they combined Ibibio and Igbo together that they are one people. Are you listening? But when Britain brought in their classic divide and rule and taught the Janjaweed, the Fulani, they perfected it. Hey, you are Ibibio, hey, Igbo won't dominate you, because then they wanted this time to come. They know if you are together with your Igbo brothers, with your Ijo brothers, with your Ishekiri brothers, with Urobo, they know they cannot come in. They are not stupid. Do you think they are stupid? They know they can never come. Once we are together, they cannot come in. They can't. From where? Now you see why they gave you South, Niger Delta, Delta, Bendel, Midwest. Do you see the reason why? To confuse you, so you cannot know your history, so you cannot know where you're coming from. If you don't know where you're coming from, how can you know where you're going? Because even at the airport, they'll ask you, where are you coming from? Because the reason why an immigration officer asks you where you're coming from is because if you don't know where you're coming from, you cannot know where you're going. Have you been through any immigration and I've not asked that question before? Please, where are you? They have your passport, they have your ticket on their system, you show where you're coming from, but they'll still ask you, please tell me where are you coming from? Before they now ask you where you're going and how many days you're staying. Because it is a universal concept all over the world, a phenomenon of life, of nature itself. If you don't know where you're coming from, you can never ever know where you're going to. That was why they gave you all those funny names. So you cannot think beyond Bendel. Some of even the children today in Delta, they never knew a place like, there was a place called Bendel before. Because there's no history. And the reason why the Alamajiri prevailed on Obasanjo to take away history is for this time to come. Their mission is to dip the Quran in the Atlantic. That from day one, they said it openly. Openly, they said it. That is our mission. And you're telling me you went to school, you have a degree, you're a graduate, you're an intellectual. After knowing all these things, you still allowed them to divide you. Igbo man is the problem. And I'll tell you how and why. Because we prefer to follow outsiders. The reason why some of them never came to IPOB was out of envy, greed, and jealousy. Because, let me ask you a question. Have you seen any mega church before founded by a Biafran? Well, I mean mega church that can seat 20,000, 30,000 people. Emo Opai has been in Uyo for how many years? Ema Opai in Uyo for how many years? He didn't go to live in Lagos or Abuja or elsewhere. He went to Uyo because he knows his own ancestry is from Uyo. Ema Opai, the evangelist, the preacher, the man of God. How many of you know that? How many of you know that? There is no single Biafran, not one soul, that can boast of an auditorium of 20,000 people. But you have Yoruba pastors, even though Suleiman. Do you know why? Because of our envious nature. Oh, let me be going to his church now. Tomorrow he'll become a rich man, become big. And then, no, it's better all of us are poor here. Let me go to Yoruba church and give them that money. Or go to Apostle Abdullahi. Do you see the way you reason? As an Igbo person. The same thing held them in America. I spoke to them in 2015. Which are we in now? 2020? 2016, 2017, 2018, 2020. It took 5 years for that prophecy to come true. Line by line, word for word, everything I said. But they couldn't do anything. Now, instead of them to come out and say, oh, we are sorry, I'm sorry, please forgive us. They are now doing a video. There's something, there's something happening, our home. because they couldn't. If I were to be, God forbid, a Janjaweed from the north, or maybe a Yoruba person, or maybe somebody from Ghana, hey, you will see how they're flocking by now. It's in our nature. That's how we are. We exhibit the worst of who we are against each other. Now you understand, don't you? When I was about to come out of prison, I got information that the Zoo government wanted to go to negotiate privately, one-on-one, with me. It was only the matter that stopped it from happening. Oh, we are here. How can you go to him? We are here. You have to come through us. Or else don't go to him. Or else we will ban them. Or else we proscribe them. Or else we will name them terrorists. It was Igbo governors that called IPOB a terrorist group before the Fulanis took it. And it was the Fulani that asked them to say it. Now the armies of darkness are coming. They are powerless. They can't do anything anymore. There is no church owned, no megabet. We are all in other people's churches. It's a slight detour, but it's very important that we preach this gospel this evening. They're in Winners, in Redeem, in House on the Moon, House on the Rock, everything, all the Yoruba, go. Let me ask you something. How many Eastern churches are there in Yoruba land? I say how many? Name one now. But I can tell you Cherubim and Seraphim from Yoruba. Cherubim, go as I'm talking, be googling them. As I'm talking, Cherubim and Seraphim. Church of God Aladura. I saw it in Aba. Church of God Aladura. Celestial Church or Shofars Church. We took. Even Christ Apostolic came from them. Assemblies of God churches from the USA, I know that for sure. Direct from USA into our land. All these things I know. I am asking you, how many of your churches are in Yoruba land? And to make matters worse, these were once Muslims that converted. They saw it's a business, lucrative business. That's how to make money. They abandoned the Quran, picked up the Bible immediately. And today they are multi-billionaires, now controlling you. We are talking about Biafra. You go to these useless churches and they start to tell you about one Nigeria. Let's pray for Nigeria. You become confused. In their own place, they are sure of who they are. They know who they are, their own identity in your place. You're from Cross River. You're from Rivers. You're from Delta. Meaningless names. And you are not ashamed. You have no shame. Every 10 years, another name. Before it was Midwest. Then Bendel. Then Delta. Then South. Then Niger Delta. Only you, one human being. You and your father's compound in your village. One single, how many names are you going to bear? Because Fulani, they know what they're doing. They are making you to become confused so that when they come, there will be no organized resistance. And that is what happened. They have gotten to Iguacha. They are now in Bayelsa. They are in Akwa Ibom. They are in Cross River. They know it. But had we been united, we will stop them at Oturubo. The moment they started killing our people in Agatu, we will go there and we'll stop them. But if that, we are middle belt, so we are from middle belt. Somebody's from middle belt. Hey! Oh my, I don't know what is wrong with black people. When I said this, I'm insulting them. I'm not insulting you at all. An Igbo man can never follow you. It's better if Nnamdi Kanu were to be maybe Olubenga Olufemi. Hey, you see them in America, they will rise up. If anything I want, they'll give me, because at least he is not like them, an Igbo person. What's your Igbo? No, it's not possible to follow Igbo. Follow for where? It is your. Are you holding jazz? They will come, but Yoruba they will go. Anywhere they will go. Suleiman, Mustafa, Al Maghrib, they will go. They will go. They will immediately go. But their own, no. Now they're doing video FaceTime. Nah, bros, are you hearing what is happening? As if they didn't hear it before from me. As if they didn't hear it from IPOB. How many press statements have we made telling you they are coming, they are coming, they are coming? In return, what we got is, oh, but you are miscreants. Oh, say to go. Anywhere you see Fulanis in your village, I'm telling you, is an order. Point out the houses of those in America. Let them go there and stay. They want a place to live. Give them land to live. Since you're doing sense. These are, as we say in those days, a sense man that died and they buried you in the foolish man's backyard. The whole of America can come together and the zoo will be shocked beyond recognition. They will be shocked. Only America can fund a war for 50 years. No war, no war. And they're killing us. They're saying, don't fight war, but they're killing us. Can't you see? Are you blind? Are you stupid? What sort of stupid pacifism is that? This is the mess we're in today. That in our borders they have come in southeast, south, not more, northeast, northeast. What's that to go? They have come in. Mad people everywhere. And the people that you're seeing in our land, these are ISIS. Not Boko Haram. That is the mistake some of you are making. It is not. No. Boko Haram, we are recruited into the army. They are the reserve. You know, every army has a reserve. The men rangers that will go into battle first. And then the men infantry will come behind. The men one haven't come. That is Boko Haram. And they are going to come into our land. They are now going to kill with authority because they are wearing Nigerian army uniform. Some of you are blind. You are blind. You cannot see. What you're seeing is ISIS foot soldiers from the Sahel, from Mali, and all those places. They are chasing them away from those countries. If you don't know, go and ask. Some of you say, we are intelligent. Do you know IPO, our M branch is inside Niger, giving us the information. Inside Chad. They drove them away from Niger. Chad said they don't want them. They are killing them in their bushes. What they now did is, El Rufai now decided, let's allow them to come in. Let's use them and go and conquer the East. And that's what they do. And once they feel that once we have conquered the East, they now turn left and now enter into Yoruba land and swallow Yoruba alive. They will eat Yoruba raw. They will eat them raw. Because they put up no resistance, of course. Amoteko was found. They are arresting Chinese. Every day. They are arresting 2 Chinese. They are arresting 4 Chinese. So you were set up to be arresting Chinese? Where are the Fulani headsmen you were set up to fight? Where are they? Every day. They arrest 4 Chinese. They arrest 5 Chinese. They arrest 10 illegal miners. Was that why you were set up? Don't worry until this army turns west, then you will know what is going to happen. They'll be with us for some time. They hope to complete their job before December. So ideally we have between now and October to fight back and drive them away. If not, we are toast. Then we have to fight our way in. As Israel did. The only thing about Israel is that Israel had Baron von Rothschild, a multi-billionaire extraordinaire that loved Israel, brought out his money to support Israel. You had very filthy millionaires in New York that in one night in 24 hours raised $50 million in 1947, 1948 and gave to Golda Meir to go to Hungary to go and buy weapons for the Israeli Defense Force to fight the Arabs. An Igbo man to put hand inside pocket and give you $1 million to defend his... No! Are you dreaming? It can't happen, no? Igbo man? No, of course not. You already know it's not possible. Only Igbo put hand inside pocket and give you $1 million or 2 or 3 to go and buy a tank. And they know how much a tank is costing. They know how many tanks the North will come with. They know how many fighters they have. They know the type of missiles we need to bring down their aeroplane. They know how much it costs. But for them to do it, no, they won't do it. Igbo man. They won't do it. Until their village is gone. Now they say, oh, which country are we going to go to? Let's run to a white man to save us. Oh, what are the countries of the world saying? But what are you saying yourself? You knew your people were in danger. You claim you're an intellectual, yes? But you knew your people were in danger. What did you do? Nothing. You want a white man to help you. You think, why? Do you actually think that's stupid? As you are. You are in America eating hamburger, having fun. And you knew your village was under threat for the past 5 years. Now you're coming and asking them to help you. Since they've been crying in the Middle Belt, have they helped them? They've been killing in Jos since. Has anyone helped them in Jos? In Benue, in all they've been killing. Oh, please, for goodness sake. Let's be sensible. Ohaneze ndi aturu na ndo sheep and death, all those criminals. Have they spoken in defense of Wike? It's only IPOB. Because we don't support evil. We can't allow you to be, always trying to humiliate us and divide us. To say, oh, it's not your business. They'll go and get their irats. So it's not your business what is happening in River State. It's an irat that maybe from Guzo, somewhere in the arid north. Coming to the south to tell you who your brother is and who isn't. Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Some of you idiots that call yourselves Niger, are you not ashamed? Don't you have any shame? Don't you have any shame? And some of these idiots born in the north and in the west, are you not ashamed of your useless selves? Don't worry, you see what will happen to you. Somebody said, oh, why don't you ask them in the north? I said, leave them. They are lambs. They will be sacrificed in the north. An army is marching south. That army comes south and they hope to be successful. And they will go back north and you think you'll be safe in Sabongeri. I mean, do you see how we reason? And then when they start killing Sabongeri, you will not say, oh, the world should come to our rescue. Come and listen to us. But you saw when their army was going south to come back north. What did you think? If you like, don't make hay while the sun. Oh, Masuno, I'll say it in Igbo language. Wait for night time. Then they start running all over the place like headless chicken. The plan of the North against us is massive. How do you know why they put Ihedio in office? I've been keeping quiet all this while. I've been speculating and analyzing. Do you know why they decided to put Ihedio in office in nowhere? Do you know why? Sorry, I said from number 4 to number 1. Do you know why they removed Ihedio and put Hope Uzodinma there? Do you know why? They want to determine the next Ohaneze President General coming from Imo State. They want to control. Because it is in the should I say, within the powers of the governor to at least make recommendation to other governors of the Southeast, so-called. Don't you know that? Nobody knows this, but we do. Their target is not the 419 Ahopus. Their target is the next Ohaneze, because they know that Modo was rubbish. They knew we discovered that Modo was a traitor. They know that people have now opened their eyes. We will not allow another traitor to occupy that seat. What did they do? They promoted those Uzodinma from number 4 to number 1. Their target for them to still hold us down is their target is the next Ohaneze President General. If you don't know, now they are wondering. Our intelligence services is the best in the whole world, but I'm telling you, with meager resources, we have nothing, but we know everything that is going on. That's why they killed Oshibajo, shot the man in the head and buried him instead of Abakari, telling you he's presiding over a meeting on economic recovery. For how many months now? For how many months? If you go to Biafra Post, go and Google it. Sahel Jihadi influx, IPOB warns. That was in December. In December gone, we warned you that they are coming. Look at them, they have crossed the border, they are coming. They gotta leave them. They are miscreants. They are insulting elders. Hey! when I see some of these idiots that call themselves elders, they say we have gray hair. I say my beard is white. I am an elder. I am over 50 years old. So I'm an elder. My first son is capable of getting married and impregnating a woman and having a child. I can be a grandfather if I choose to be. All this nonsensical garbage about elder, this is rubbish. Your gray hair in your head is how many years you've been a slave to the Fulani, not how many years of wisdom you've accumulated. That's what it is. Go and Google it. Sahel jihadist Fulani influx. IPOB warns of impending carnage. In fact, we even mentioned ethnic Nigerians. If you're there, you close your eyes, they'll be receiving you using channels TV, using their Iraqs. If you write something, say, how is this thing going to get us Biafra now? Just to distract your attention. And some of us hopelessly follow them on that trail, and they're bringing their men. Dangote is a part of it. Dangote gave out his trailer to be used. He's building a refinery, isn't he? How did he make his money? Have you asked before? People with Alamaji, the lowest, or the least educated people in the whole of Africa. But somehow they have billionaires. From where? From which factory? Hey, people don't listen, Africa, to Fiakwa. God forbid. God forbid. Some people foolishly accuse us of insulting our elders, and I say to them, that means I am also insulting myself, because I too am an elder. I'm over 50, so I'm not an elder. Is it because I look like a young bobo? I'm also an elder. But we cannot allow impunity to be. It's not possible. It's not possible. We can't allow it. These people you're seeing, they're not elders or anything. They are traitors that have grown old. Their gray hairs doesn't denote wisdom. It shows you how many years they have been betraying all of us. Ask yourself if they had any clouds, or if they were innocent as charged, as we've been accusing them of being guilty. And think about it. Had they been innocent, what is stopping them from coming out to say enough is enough? Have more actually come out to stand on the border to say you can't come in here? What are you doing here? Has any of them done it before? I'm asking you. He's an elder, yes? Has he come out to say, Fulani, what you're doing is not good? His interest is 2023. He wants to be vice president. At that age, he wants to go and be vice president to somebody from the north. 2023. These are your elders, man. These are the elders. And I said to them, how come you have not heard us before insult the likes of Abaribe? How come? If you're upright and saying the right thing, courageously and bravely, we will support you. But any day you change, you're on your own. Then that's IPOB. We'll be following you sheepishly, following you, praising you. Any day you step out of that line, you are toast. Ask that girl that opened a Facebook group trying to insult Igbo people. What happened to her? That's how we roll. We are a very formidable force, I tell you. We may not have money, but we're a formidable force. Things are happening in Benin. Anybody that comes to you and says to you, "Oh, you see that IPOB? Oh no, this their Biafra thing. Leave them all." That person is your enemy. That particular person is your enemy. Number one enemy. Amaka, please post that very video of what is happening in Benin. I'm sorry those who are listening on radio, or maybe if you're listening on the app, I don't know how you can move out and come in, I don't know. Show them Benin. We don't want to be part of this your Biafra. Do this your Biafra thing. Your town, Benin is gone. Show them the video of Benin. Show them that they may see it. Benin is gone. Because you have an Oba who is more interested in keeping his throne than fighting for his people. Benin is gone. Look at Benin City. I said gone, Benin is gone. Completely gone. They circle themselves with Muslims, with Islam, everywhere. You are telling them, but look at the federal. Shut up there. Okay, Magu, open his case now on corruption. We gave him contracts for street light in Itumbuzo. He didn't do it. Go immediately investigate him. He goes, Josa, sorry, sir. They use all of you before your eyes. Koro, they ring themselves to only Islamic bigot. That's Islam. These are fundamentalists everywhere. Bigoted individuals in every department. I said in every department, waiting for you to talk. Once you talk, they'll call Magu. Magu, go after him. And Tinubu promised them Yoruba land. They will take it. They will take. What is today's date? Today is the 20th of May. The time now is 9 minutes past 8 in the. Write it down as I usually do. They will take Yoruba land. All of it. They will take it. Then you will know what you've done to yourselves. Tinubu is busy jailing those he feels can sponsor a campaign in the East come 2023. That's what they're doing. They are playing game, political. They call it political game. Meanwhile, Al-Majri is coming in to take over your land. Show them what is happening in Benin, that they may bear witness to it. People don't know. Dangote, every truck is Dangote. They're even using Coca-Cola trucks. Coca-Cola trucks. They commandeered everything. Moving them down. Weapons, cannabis, hashish. This time around from the north down. Ganja for an army. They're not bringing it a whole trailer load of it because they don't stop Dangote trucks. At checkpoints, no, of course they don't. Did they stop them? No, they don't stop them. Not at all. Now they're saying, oh, Nigerians, so especially Southerners, should be vigilant because you have no name. In the north, they're called Arewa. In the east, we are called Biafra. In the west, it should be Oduduwa. Then let's see how they will come in. But you prefer to answer Bendel, Niger Delta, South. When you wake up in the morning, it depends on your mood. Any mood you find yourself in, that is your name for the day. You may wake up on Monday, you decide to answer South for that day. And then as the clock comes to maybe in 8 in the evening, you decide to change over to Niger Delta. And then maybe you don't like it that much. Maybe after maybe another 3 hours, you say, oh, nah, I'm Delta, please. Let's answer Delta. Oh, one person. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Unbelievable. You people, you are about to see what Elohim does to idiots. Once God in heaven gives you an instruction, he will send his messengers, his prophets to tell you, and you're doing, I'm in Maryland, I'm in Seattle, I'm in Akata. Then he will unleash disaster. And that's what we're witnessing now. Isn't it? Military hardware and bags of hemp heading for Edo State. They are going to a place called Aduwawa in Benin City. It was intercepted by Edo youths. And Dangote knows what is going on. El Rufai is now the mastermind. That midget, that short engine. He is the mastermind. All of you are there. China, Excellency, sir. Can you tell us COVID-19? He is plotting your death. You're so blind, you can't see. Those helping you to see, those leading you by the hand, helping you to see. You can't anymore. Can you? Useless set of people. Useless set of people. We are going to deal with them, all of them, one after the other. We'll finish with it. They think that they cannot go scot-free. All of them in Asarok, they can't. Aisha must go to prison. Aisha will go to prison. Gambari will go to prison. All of them who are complicit in this fraud, they will go. They want to use war to camouflage. So they will start war in the south. And the war will say, oh, there is war, there is trouble, there is mayhem. They will bribe some UN officials, they will come in. They say, okay, it's settled now, it's settled. That is what they want to do. To cling on to power. They bring war. But are you intelligent enough to understand? Delta. These people. Very, very funny. Very funny indeed. Oshomole is a culprit. Every Iraq online diverting your attention away. That's what they will always do. They never ever address the issue. They will come. They will write one nonsense that is completely unrelated. That is what they do. That is the job of Loretta Anochie and Femi Adesina to create fake accounts. Give it to people and pay them 3,000 naira a week to create diversion. And we follow them. Just ignore them. Focus on the things you're doing. While all this is going on, we have people in this USA, even Canada and Europe, they can't be bothered. They cannot. And when their children go out the next day and suffer racism, you see them crying and writing letters and protesting. You are racist towards my child, but you have a home and a country. Why don't you go and develop it? You know me, I do not believe in racism. I don't believe in it. I said it before. In those days, I said to my friends, if you go to look for a job and they don't give you, go back to your country and build it. I complain, it's racism. Yeah. Somebody built USA. Of course, I know that Igbos built it as well. Biafrans did. As slaves, of course, unpaid labor. People built Austria, United Kingdom, people built it. They built it for good because they can reason. They can reason. They can reason. Come on Twitter account they can open in America. Come on. How many of you have seen an American? Because when we go to sleep on our time zone, this very time zone, say Greenwich Mean Time or the standard time in Biafra land, after Asia will start in the morning, you can see activities from Asia, and then Europe takes over, and Africa. And after that is USA, that is Canada, US, Mexico, and Brazil. How many of them have you seen online before at those hours? How many of them have you seen tweet from you? How many United States account do you have online fighting this very battle of hearts and minds? They don't know that's where the battle is. The brain of our people that they have messed up for very many years. I'm asking you, anytime you wake up in the morning, anytime you wake up, how many people from the USA have you seen comment in a post or even write on their own? None. I say none. They're looking for money. My brother has no time. Oh, we are working. Oh, it's only people that go to work. Come on to open Twitter. Even as you're going to the theater, you can tweet and say what is happening with the Fulani invasion is not good. They cannot do it. They can't. They cannot open a simple account and come and fight for the nation. No. It's when they come in, you now start running around asking your congressman to help. But when we came and told you to speak to your congressman, you didn't do it. It's now you're going to, when the Janjaweed is in your parlor, your sitting room, back home, you're now going to your congressman to help remove them. Unbelievable. If you have friends and relatives who are not on social media, then you are not helping this fight for freedom. Anybody who can read and write should be online, defending and making the argument for Biafra. Because the forces that want to divide us are too many. People that want us to die, there are plenty. There are plenty, I'm telling you. Everybody wants to drag us down. So we need everybody, every man, every child, every woman that we can get to fight this very battle of the hearts and minds. That was how they defeated us. We lost the war because the world could not hear our story, because the world, we didn't allow mankind to witness the level of atrocity being visited upon our people. We won't allow that nonsense to happen again. But those of you in America is a very big disgrace. Very big, massive disgrace, I'm telling you. You people are horrible. Very selfish and horrible. You must change your ways. You must change. In that same America, I was in Havana. Savannah is called. Savannah is Abakari died in Havana. And so also did Jubril. The person you're seeing in Aso Rock wearing a mask is Aisha Buhari's lover. her lover. I was in a place called Savannah in Georgia. Uchenna took me there. I went to the Ebo landing. Please, Amaka, post it. You see the people sitting. There's a memorial for them. People chained together at the bottom of the sea. I went to the very place. You know, in America, when you go, if they don't know you, they start shooting. I went to a place called Savannah in Georgia. 5 hours drive from Atlanta. 5 hours going, 5 hours coming back, making 10 hours in total. I went to a place I read when I was 14 years old. I read Alex Haley's Roots about a slave child taken to America. And as I was reading that very book, at the age of 14, I came across a group of people from near Onitsha, they said, that went to America as slaves, men, women, and children. And they got to America, and the white man unchained them and told them that this is their master. From today, you start serving your master and all that rubbish. They said, he brought us here to serve a fellow man. You both said, yes, you're going, this is your master. They said, okay. They spoke Igbo to themselves and said, we cannot take this. In Igbo language. You know what they did? They chained themselves together, they walked into the sea, and they drowned. That rather than serve a fellow human being as a slave, they are better off dead, because where they come from, a man cannot be a slave to another man. From that day, my life changed till this very day. That's why I do what I do. When I started this very movement, I traveled to that same place where they died. In Savannah, in Georgia. And on getting to the place, there it was fenced off. People are now living there. You can't go to the man's back. You know all these rednecks in the USA, white, predominantly white area, no blacks, very affluent. The woman came out and said, "What are we looking for?" And I said to her that this place you built your house is of great significance to my people. That here we prove to humanity that we respect dignity and life. She said how? I said, because rather than serve a white man, a group of Igbo men, women and children killed themselves here. She said I should come. It is in her backyard. I went in. She shows us the creek where they fell in. But we had no access to the creek. So we drove and parked at a bridge where they told us. I went there and I prayed at that very river, and I collected the water from there. This happened in the year 2013, I think, or so. I went and I met them. The spirit of people that the embodiment of the pride of Biafra. That we don't serve men. Who are you? Telling me you're an elder. You are doing something wrong. You're telling me you're an elder. You have gray hair. Rubbish. Men went to and women went to America. They said we would rather die than serve you as a slave. That's who we are. Very proud people. And you're there, and Alamajid is coming in. Land, you're telling me you're doing video. Hey, I got a cow. Now you realize. Now you realize now. Now go to Africa. We honor them, their spirit, and 1929 are women in Aba, led of course by Ibibio women. Some of you don't know that Aba was named by the Ibibios. The name Aba is from Ibibio, not an Igbo name, from Ibibio. We are Niger Delta. We are from the South. I saw some of the stupid comments some people were making because it was published in Vanguard. I saw some of the idiots, hired fools, talking rubbish. If you stand in front of me to debate, there is something called Niger Delta. If you go back home, your wife will not cook for you again, because your wife will know you are an idiot, that she married an idiot. It is indefensible. Indefensible. You are there. Almighty will come from the north and give you a name. Today you have been there. Today you are Delta. Then when you're South, then you're Niger. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed of your stupidity? Idiot. How many of you can go to the north and give them names like that? Because you're foolish. You want to be pipeline security guard. Shame on all of you. Big shame. Henry Kissinger went on in 1969 at the height of the genocide. He said something, but tracing exactly what Lugard said. Lugard wrote in his papers to the British Parliament, he said, across that very river, the great Igbo race, great, the only people referred to as great in South Africa, is in official documents of the British government. I said official documents. Let us hear what Dr. Henry Kissinger had to say. He was the Secretary of State at that time. And from them they were saying he was the one who convinced Nixon that Biafra was worth supporting because he's Jewish. When I go to Israel to pray, I have a place I stay in Israel. When I go to Israel, he wants to be Jewish. You see him. The person asks, telling me you want to be. You see, they take that clever Alamajiri. The person telling me, oh, now the Kanu is trying to claim he's Jewish. His name is Abubakar Malami. All Arabian names. He is not ashamed of it. He's not. But he wants you to be ashamed of yourself for identifying with your own flesh and blood. Let me tell you what Kissinger said. Amaka, please post it. Igbos are wandering Jews of West Africa. This was what he told the President of the United States of America in 1969. And that man was Richard Nixon. Kissinger told Richard Nixon, Igbos are wandering Jews of West Africa, gifted, aggressive, westernized, and listen carefully, at best envied and resented, but mostly despised by their neighbors in the Federation. A white man in 1969 told you that Fulani hates you, that Yoruba hates you. He was talking to the President of the USA. They hate you. They will never love you. 1969. And you claim you're a historian and an intellectual, so you didn't know this. You are an intellectual, so you never knew what Henry Kissinger said. No wonder we're in the mess we are in. They will never love you. That is a saying where I come from. Oh, it's only uncle. No matter how expensive the toy, the gift is to your lover's child, that child can only call you uncle, not father. They will never love us. The children, you people are so daft. In 1940, you have the catalog of all the years of killings. Like, is that like the Jews? The Jews have been killed for no reason, envy, killing them. All the years they've been killing them. Oh, they never wanted to go back until Hitler put a knife on their throat and started cutting it like lamb in a slaughterhouse. Then they ran home. But then when they went home, their land is now Palestine. No longer the very beautiful, blessed land, sacred land of Israel. That is why when you go to Israel today, instead of entering into the temple that Herod rebuilt, the Temple Mount where Solomon built the temple, we believe, and King Herod III rebuilt it. The same temple that the likes of Nehemiah worked on and rebuilt. Today is an Islamic 2 mosques in there. Because if you abandon your thing and go now, nature holds vacuum, somebody will take it. Somebody went and took the holy temple in Israel and built not 1 mosque, but 2. The Dome on the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Al-Aqsa Mosque was built at the very side, the Holy of Holies, that if you go into it, you will die in those days. Now, people that actually own the building, they are now praying outside. That is the wall you see, the Western Wall, when you go to Jerusalem. That's the proper name. Jerusalem, because there is no J in Hebrew. There is no Jerusalem in Hebrew. There is no Jesus in Hebrew. There is no Joseph in Hebrew. It is Y. It's Jerusalem. That's the proper pronunciation, if I'm not mistaken. Henry Henry Kissinger in 1969 said to Nixon, they are gifted. God bless them. They are the Igbos. They are blessed. By which he meant the whole of Biafra land, including everybody. Ishekiri, Urobo, everybody. Soko, you are all Igbos. I can prove it. Can you prove you are not? I'm not saying it because I want anybody in Biafra, no. No, God forbid. Let me repeat. Everybody is going to vote. One man, one vote. One woman, one vote. Everywhere. If you want the part of Biafra, you come. If you don't want the part of Biafra, you bugger off. And the family will swallow you. And then you come and be begging for help. And I'll tell you to go to hell. They hate us. Even in 1969, they hated us very much. And the people are trying to use this opportunity we have now, this very period of this influx, to be lying with our name, and I don't want that, please. People are meeting some of our, some political leaders and businessmen and elders, claiming that I sent them, which I didn't. I have those that I sent, I speak to. When they have those meetings, I speak to those people, you hear my voice. To prove that I actually sent that very person. If you don't hear my voice, I did not send that very person. Please, because that is the protocol. Anybody I send on an errand, when they get to that very meeting, they will call me. So the person that I send them to will be able to hear my voice. Very important. If I send people to you, you will hear my voice to confirm it. In view of the very perilous situation we find ourselves under, IPOB is making available our inquiry lines are back on again. So please, people should stop texting and writing me on my private line, please. The one that I gave out the other time. The WhatsApp line, please. I'm now going to give you a range of numbers to note and to write down. These are the numbers you'll be calling. Anything you need, you want to speak to the deputy, you want to speak to somebody from the DOS, you want to know where to join IPOB, you want to know what to do to help. The only thing you have are these numbers that I will give to you. Because every illegal checkpoint in Biafra land will want to know. Anywhere you see the movement of Alamajiri, you will call any of these lines. So that our intelligence team can take it up and our volunteers can be mobilized at very quick notice. As you can see, the governors are not doing anything. They cannot do anything because they don't have the powers to, but we can, and we are doing the best we can. Although we are being, of course, stretched at the moment due to lack of resources, which is entirely understandable. If you want to report any checkpoint, if you want to report Fulani headsmen in your area, there are a series of numbers I will read out tonight to be published and circulated extensively for you to call to report where they are, what they are doing, how many they are, so that our people on the ground can respond appropriately and accordingly. If you want to reach me privately or any member of the DOS, you will have to call any of these numbers and then they will put you through. Very, very important, please. The numbers are, the first two numbers are Australian numbers, +61 +61 43 42 94 745. I repeat, +61 4 3 4 2 9 4 7 4 5. There is another number as well from Australia, +6 1 4 7 8 4 8 9 6 6 4. The second Australian number. Let me repeat it. +614 784 89664. There is the other two UK numbers as well. This is the IPOB inquiry line. Whatever queries you have, this is the number to call, or the series of numbers to call. +44 745 913 9001. I repeat, +44 74 59 13 9001. And last but not the least, plus 44, another UK number, plus 44 744 023 8814. These are the numbers to call if you have any queries, if you want to report any illegal army or police activity, if you want to tell us what your governor is doing, if you want to tell us where the saboteurs are hiding. These are the numbers to call. Very important. If you also have any worthwhile suggestion to make, these are also the numbers to call. Any need you have, you call this number, you'll be put through accordingly. Very, very important. I posted something about our map, how old we are. And in that very map that I put up, no one has been able to counter it. What somebody came up with is that Biafra was written in near Cameroon. Near Cameroon. That Biafra was written, that they saw Biafra on the map, yes, but it's in the Cameroons. That's how bad these people are. Hey, zoo education system is a killer. And I'm asking them, have you seen the position of the Sudan and that of Abyssinia? Is that where Sudan is today? These are maps being drawn by people who were sitting in their ships anchored off the coastal line. So they wouldn't know, they come, they trade, and they go. Why can't you understand that? I don't think they can. And somebody said, it's a name from Portugal. I couldn't stop laughing. I said, that's how daft people are. If it's a name from Portugal, the name could have only been one. But you see how Elohim is. He gave us a path, a route from which or from where we came. Some maps will tell you Biafra, B-I-A-F-A-R. Some will tell you Biafraese. Others will say Biafara, B-I-A-F-A-R-A, the name of my village, Afara, Biafra. Others will say Biafra for short. If it was named by Portugal, the same way they named Lagos, which is a place where they dump refuse, it's called Lagos. In Portuguese, it's a place where they dump refuse. If you know Portuguese very well, they named Lagos. Why don't they have multiple names for Lagos? If it was the Portuguese that named Biafra, it will have only one name, Biafra, in every map. Now you understand. Tomorrow you ask the same very stupid question. Unbelievable. There are maps showing Biafra, B-I-A-F-A-R, signifying that we came via the Afar region of Ethiopia. A-F-A-R, the Afar region. Of course, let me remind those in America. Some of our ancestors, the house of Manasseh and Ephraim, that is Imo State and Abia. I'm just giving you history. Anambra State is the house of God. And after God came, the relatives came also. And that's where I stay in Israel. The land of God, that's where I stay. And as you're coming out of Harish in the land of God, where I stay in Israel, you will see the land belonging to Ephraim and Manasseh. You see Manasseh. The same thing happened in Biafra land. The people that made the migrate, we came via two sources. I've said this thing before. Via Sudan, via Niger, and some parts of Yoruba land, into through Benin, into where we are today. Others came via the longer route. Via Ethiopia, the mountains of the Cameroons, into our land. The house of Manasseh and Ephraim. That is Imo State and Abia. But they maintain their ties with their brother Eri. That is why Owerri, as I've preached before, is called Owe Eri. If you understand it very well. Owe Eri. Eri is the name. Oh, say I'm from Owerri. Hey, this is a number of people. You can go. I'm an Imolite. Ndiara. Imolite. Your name is Owe Eri. In recognition of the relationship between the house of Manasseh and house of God, from which Eri came. Owe Eri It's not Oweri. Owe Eri. And you have Mbia Eri, Mbieri, Mbia Eri. The same way you have Umuneri and Aguleri and Ora Eri. Do you want me to go into much details? Now you know. Lord have mercy. People who don't know history. It was posted on my page. Those who are saying that there's something called Niger Delta. And I said to them, how come the church, how come Presbyterian Church said, you are the presbytery of Biafra. In 1846. 1846 to 1858, during the formative years of the Presbyterian Church, from which Hope Water Institute sprang off from. The registration in England was the Presbytery of Biafra. So the white man knew that our name was Biafra. And you're telling me, I'm from, it's not Biafra, I'm from Niger Delta. Do you see how daft you are? Because all these years, Janjaweed, the Fulani have fed your skull with rubbish. Rubbish about your own flesh and blood. Rubbish that you have become blind. Rubbish that you have become so stupid. You don't know what it means. You don't know what a conquer is. You don't know where people from Italian came from. You don't know where people of Ekoi came from. You have no idea. You don't know there is E2. Is people from Akwa Ibom who are listening in Bibuland, is there any place called E2 in Akwa Ibom or not? I've proven to you there is a area everywhere across our land. You say we have a Afara. All the way through to Eche, they say they're not Igbo. There is a Afara in Eche. But Niger Delta, these are people that migrated from my land, but all of a sudden they are Niger Delta. I'm from Afara as well. They are from Afara in Eche. Are you following? I want to ask people from Akwa Ibom, do you have ITU in Akwa Ibom or not? Yes or no? The answer is yes. We have it also in Iguano. We have it in Olokoro. We have it in Mbuzo. There is it everywhere. So how can you say that these people are not one, they are not related? How can any sensible human being say that? And you're answering Niger Delta. But you were registered as the Presbytery of Biafra. The reason why Britain took away the name Biafra and because when they destroyed Arochukwu, our elders asked them then, but where you claim you know everything, who are we? You know what they said? They said you have no history. God, when we were growing up, we are told that we had no history. The white man Britain told Alamajiri what they are doing, and Alamajiri forced Obasanjo to take away history from schools. But unfortunately for them, before then, we were fed enough. Because in 76 we were in school. We knew so much. Even at that small age, we knew so much about our history. They destroyed Arochukwu. Our temple in Arochukwu was destroyed. That's some idiots call it Binobabi. People who are fools. And I said to them, because you know no history, because you know nothing. If you look at the reason why Elohim destroyed the temple in Jerusalem was because the priests were worshipping idols. That's all. The same thing happened in Arochukwu. And the same Elohim destroyed Arochukwu as well. As the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed. Exactly the same way, exactly the same pattern. They decided to go and worship idol. It was the priests, not the establishment, not that very sacred institution of God himself in heaven. It's the fallibility of man. So, if you know I look at them and I laugh because they are foolish. They don't know history. So when you go to the wall in Jerusalem to pray, you're not worshiping the idols that Solomon brought into the temple, or the idols that the priests brought into the temple. Are you? Are you not worshiping God in heaven? That's exactly what we do in Arochukwu. We worship Elohim, the Most High, when we go to Arochukwu. For you, and we'll rebuild it with gold everywhere. It should be the finest temple on this earth. For your information. Just for Biafra to come. You were Biafra before. And Biafra you shall remain unless you remove yourself. And then I'll imagine we'll do pepper soup with you. If at all we survive what is happening now. There is E2 everywhere. E2 is in Agolo. We have E2. We have E2 Mbozo. Sorry, not in Agolo. I just want to prove that all our names, we are related. All of us, we are related. That is why you have, there's something called Ifobi. When you grow up as a child, maybe you're the second, because the first son will inherit the father's compound. That's how it's done in the past. People don't know their history. And from your father's compound, you now move as the second or the last male child or whatever. If you go somewhere else and you build, you take your mom with you, you take your wife or your wives with you, you go to the new place and you establish. And you will answer your father's name even in that very place. That's how we have one this and that. That's why you have Ihe, which means light. The only people that answer light in the whole world are Biafrans. Our name's Ihe. Not Ihe. Ihe. Light. Light of God. Ihechi. The light of God. That is Ihe. Mvose. Mvose again, no. In Anambra, there is some Ihe, listen, in Ungwa, Ihe, which is light. The same Mvose in Ungwa as well. The same Ihe in where my mother comes from, my mother's village, is called Ihe, light. And I call Umuchuku, the children of God in heaven. What else do you need? Where do I need to attend a church pastored by an idiot, pastored by somebody who doesn't know God? Am I stupid? My mother's village is Umuchuku, the children of God. That's the name of the village in Ndume, and it is Ihe, light. What else do you need in life? What else are you asking for? I laugh at some of you going to churches pastored by uncircumcised animals. I pity you because you don't know your value, you don't know your worth, you don't know who you are. Those people that drowned in Georgia, in America, they know what it means to be a Biafran. They know what it means to be an Igbo person. For your information. Not some of you. That is here everywhere. Light. Light everywhere. Light of God. That is what we answer. The light of God. And some of you want to extinguish it by going to align with Janjaweed the Fulani to destroy your gift from God. What God has given to you. That never to not to any other race. You heard what Kissinger said. That's why they hate us. That's why there is envy. That's why there is jealousy. Because he's been blessed. Even Joseph suffered in the hands of his brothers. Joseph suffered. He was loved. His people, his own flesh and blood, decided to sell him to Ishmaelite merchants that took him to Egypt. To go and save them. In the end. We have Agolo. We have Agolo Nanka. We have Unkwere in Anambra. We have Unkwere in Imo. Hey, my goodness. Asaba is Ahaba. You're telling me somebody from Ahaba inside today call it Asaba. He's telling me I'm from Niger Delta. Are you sick? Do you need brain surgery? Do you need brain surgery? Your name is Ifani Okowa. Ifani Chineke. You are born in a place called Ahaba. Ahaba, as you have a Habimeni. And you're telling me that you're Niger Delta. Somebody from a Habimeni is heaven knows what else. Tell me you're normal. Because you don't know your history. They have made you to be ashamed of who you are. They tried it with me. They tried to make mockery of my faith and my religion. They tried to say, to laugh at us. Oh, why you going to Israel, man? Why are you going to Israel? Why Israel? But these are the idiots that travel to Mecca 2 times in a year. They have not laughed at themselves for trying to be more Arab than the Arabians. No. You allow them to laugh at you with the help of Yoruba media and you succumb to their nonsense. Because you're weak. If you call yourself Niger Delta, it means you are very weak. You are weak. You're not a human being. Very weak. All of you Niger Delta enthusiasts, I want you to hear this. Europeans are masters at using name change to manipulate you into submission. Today the invasion is on. Instead of us to come together as one Biafra, as one East, you are busy erecting your flimsy defense lines, state by state. Anambra State, Obiano Wednesday, nothing happened. They came to him, that idiot is there, of course. He gave them passageway to go. They came to Abia, he went to the border, nothing happened. You never come together as one. Once you come together as one, you become impregnable. And I will use what happened in antiquity to remind you of this. Some of you know the Spartans very well. The Greeks, the Spartans. They are warriors, groomed to fight to the death. The Spartans, a small army from Sparta, can defeat a very large army. Why? Because of their battlefield formation. It's called a phalanx system. The phalanx system means that once they lock their shield together, no army can smash through it. It's only shield, people who are interlocked together. These are frontline soldiers. Once they form their phalanx, you cannot penetrate. And let me tell you how strong their phalanx is. Even if somebody were to die, their soldier were to die, amongst the people forming this very line, they don't notice it until after the battle is over. That's how strong the line is. And that was why they won many battles. That was why they stood up against the army of Xerxes from Persia, an army that devoured the whole world. Only 300 men stood against an army of millions and stopped them. They died in the end, but they stopped them to allow the Greeks to rally round and raise men to drive Xerxes away from the land of Greece. Unity, togetherness, oneness. One. Once you are one, you are indivisible. You are unbreakable. I am telling all those idiots that call themselves Niger Delta, South, but then that you are foolish. Once we are together as one Biafra, our Lamajiri will run next week. Anybody coming to you and telling you, leave them now, is Biafra, this is your Biafra, know that is the enemy. I remember that's the movie I told you about the last time. You people should be watching movies. You should go and watch movies. You learn a lot from it. Mario Puzo's Godfather, featuring Marlon Brando. Before Michael came back, he went to, the father sent him away to Italy. Before he came, another father told him, the father said to him, anybody who comes to you to cut a deal when you come back to New York, that person is the enemy of the family. And that was exactly what happened. The first person that met Michael when he came back from exile in Sicily was the traitor. And of course he was killed afterwards. Anybody who tells you I'm from Niger Delta, we don't support this Biafra, that person is being used by the Fulani to weaken you, to make it impossible for you to bond together with your own flesh and blood, to repel them. Now you understand, don't you? Maybe next week I'll repeat the same thing. I will repeat the same thing. Wike is the one fighting at the front line. Wike is the one fighting, and he needs help. He needs the help of, forget all that nonsense they're telling you about hotel this and hotel that. He needs help, and that help must come from everybody, because he is defending our land. It's defending our land. There's a publication in Vanguard newspaper about, I made a statement, it's there in Vanguard. Go to Vanguard Facebook page, is there. You will see it. I said there is nothing like Nigeria. You know, I call it spade a spade. I don't have time for stupid diplomaticness. I have no time for that rubbish. I call it spade a spade. I said there is nothing like Niger Delta or South. They said nothing like Niger Delta or South. Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader, speaks. Hey, you look at Alamajiri from everywhere. Janjaweed, even those from Sudan, those from Mali, they descended on that very news. And some of our people were trying to be a bit defensive. I said, look at you, you know nothing. Go to my page that some of you are listening from. Pick all the facts that you have. Go and bombard them with it until they receive sense. They want to divide us. So as they are diverting our mind, hey, no, he can't say that I'm a diverse man. Oh, Alamajiri is coming to kill you. They know that once IPOB unites everybody as one Biafra, then they cannot come in. They know that. And we allow them to get away scot-free. It can never, ever happen. Never, ever happen. We are dispelling the myth. Our body came from everywhere. Alamajiri from everywhere. After this program, you descend on Vanguard Facebook page or whatever they call it, you will see the news there. I want it shared everywhere. We'll go and teach them who we are. We are IPOB. We don't run from any battle. None whatsoever. It's the zoo that fights like a chicken. When they see you, you're unarmed. You see them, they come out. Once you're armed, they run away. And I said, I'm coming. And they know I will come. That one is given. They know that very well. They know we are destructively stubborn. I will come. And then they'll beg me, oh, why did you come? Why did you come back? Why don't you stay outside? And I will tell them, Satan, go behind me. Go behind me. They were responding to what I had written, to what I had put up on my wall, that predictably apostles and defenders of Janjaweedism with Ibibio sounding fake accounts, they have taken to social media to deny verifiable history of Biafra, following our epic lectures here. Suddenly they are no longer contending. Nobody's arguing anymore that epic is Biafra. It's some idiot saying I'm from Niger Delta. No Biafra, idiots. Because your schooling is a waste. Your education is a waste. Your certificate, your so-called degree, is worth less than a tissue paper. Your NYSC, whatever nonsense, is not. You went through a regime of idiotic indoctrination. You're denying history. Are you saying there is no it in Akwa Ibom? Are you saying you don't have a Okonko fraternity in Anang? Are you saying you don't have Ekpo masquerade? Are you saying that Abreba did not come from Ekoi? Are you saying that Abreba people did not originally come from so-called Cross River State? And Akwa Ibom, is that what you're telling me? Then why is your mobile living in Uyo? You know, you can never know. You can never tell. You don't, because you don't know. Because you're ignorant. When you're from the zoo, you're ignorant from the zoo. You know nothing. You wear matriculation gown, graduation gown, then you are full of idiocy and stupidity. Your brains are empty. Ibibio means Ibonta. Junior. Ibibio means Ibo. That is the meaning. You claim you're from Ibibio, you don't even know the meaning of your name. You have no idea. Some other idiot wrote 2 days ago, Igbo land is landlocked, and I couldn't stop laughing. Igbo land is landlocked. Your Biafra will be landlocked. And you know these idiots that were born and raised in Lagos near a dustbin. I said, once they give birth to them, they breathe in refuse. Imushi dustbin, there's a way a refuse smells. The one that child breathes in, that child can never be correct in life. And it was the Portuguese that named Lagos dustbin. Lahos. Lahos, that's the correct word. It's a dustbin where they throw away refuse. He said, you're landlocked, and I'm asking this fool, do you know where Ndoni is? Do you know where Ndoki is? You know, people, the zoo, I don't know what is wrong with it. Have you been to Afam before? Have you seen sheep coming in to pick oil? Oh my goodness, zoo. What have you done to the brain of children? What are you doing? Ruining people with your backward, useless, hopeless education system. So if somebody comes now and tells you that Igbo land is landlocked, you believe the person? Have you been to... hi, my goodness. You simply follow Imo River and see where it ends up. You know Imo River, the one you cross before you enter inside Obibo. A place is answering Obibo is not Igbo land. It's somewhere called South Delta. Okay. If your names are original, why has it been anglicized? Somebody's from Obibo and you're from Niger Delta or South. Does that make any sense? But somebody's from Bomosho. They are Yoruba. They will do the one. Somebody's from Katsina. They are ours, of course, now they're protected by the Fulanis. They are Hausa. They are Fulani Caliphate. All original African names. Where are you from? I'm from Obibo, but I'm Niger Delta. Are you not daft? Do you see how stupid you are? Do you see how foolish you are? Mad people everywhere. I educated them, I told them. As far back as 1875, way back before even Lugard ever dreamt. Lugard was in kindergarten. Lugard was in diapers, in pampers, running around. Lugard that created you zoo monkeys. The Lugard that made it possible for you monkeys to exist in the zoo was in diapers, in nappy. 1875. When the King of England and the ruler of Britain sent an emissary, a consul, to Biafra with official documents. And where did they come to? Ijaw land. They came to Calabar, Efik. They came to Ibibio. They came to Igbo land. It was called Biafra. Britain knew our name was Britain knew our name was Biafra. According to their own documents, as way back as 1875, Britain wrote Biafra, sent an emissary. They did not send an emissary to Yoruba land. They sent one to Dahomey, which is currently Benin Republic. They never sent one anywhere else. Nowhere else. They didn't send one to Alamajiri. No, but they sent a consul to Biafra land to go and negotiate. But to tell you how wicked and evil they are, not British people, but those at that time, up until 1970 of Harold Wilson, to tell you how evil they are. When they now came in and realized how clever we were, King Jaja of Opobo, everybody, how, that Jaja Wachuku, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? But he's Niger Delta. Hey, Jaja Wachuku, they call him Jaja Wachuku, like Wike to Wike. Names without meaning. Just to cut you away from your bloodline and destroy you. Which they have done. Is that not what they're doing? Is that not what they're doing? I'm asking you. As far back as 1875, Britain called us Biafra. But the same Britain decided to demolish everything, told us we have no history. Nothing. And now named us Nigeria. And all of you are jumping up and down. I'm a Nigerian. Shame on all of you. If Biafra, I asked a simple question. If Biafra was not a nation, why would the king of England send a consul to Biafra with letters? Dear me, this is if it is one, if he says Iberiberism. The same thing they did in Israel, as I told you. If they want to destroy you, they first of all change your name. Now what we have is West Bank. Instead of Judea or Samaria, it's now called West Bank. Where does that have any meaning? West Bank. Bank of what? Of River Jordan. West Bank. Is that somebody's name? So somebody who has been living before Britain came is now answering a West Bank citizen. West Bank. Oh, dear me. West Bank. That's your name. Instead of Britain to call it Samaria or Judea, they called it West Bank. And I asked them, what is the name in Arabic? If you claim it doesn't belong to Israel, now what is the name of that place in Arabic? They have none. But Israel has a name. Samaria or Judea. That's what they do. Unless you are educated, you cannot know this. Unless you are an intellectual, you cannot know these things I'm telling you. You have to be learned. You have to be well read to understand what I'm talking about. That before they destroy you, they first change your name. So when you're crying, nobody will know who is crying. Can you imagine coming to the world stage and saying, oh, people are complaining from the West Bank? West Bank of where? Of the stream behind my house? Who are West Bank people? But once you say people from Samaria or Judea, you remember your Sunday school. You remember Judea. You remember Samaria. That is in the land of Israel. The blessed land of Israel. So somebody wrote to me and was trying to say, I mentioned Gaza as being very old as Philistine. They didn't quite understand what I was saying. So they wrote to me trying to correct me that is out of ignorance. They didn't know what I was talking about. Sometimes when you listen to me, you have to listen very carefully to understand the meaning I'm trying to convey. It's very, very important you do so, please. Next time, Lugard wrote a letter. I'm sure you know this. Somebody kindly posted, I don't know his name, so I cannot give you credit because your name is not, I couldn't pick your name. But I had this letter and I read it many years ago. I read it on my broadcast of the 31st of December of 2013. I won't forget. The day we did a marathon broadcast, I sat down in one place for 8 hours broadcasting. I was on my chair, this chair, for 8 hours, non-stop, broadcasting to the whole world. I said this and I'm going to read it today so people can understand who we are. I want our people in America to know who they are. I don't hate them. I want them to repent from their sins. I want them to jettison envy and jealousy. You can, what we are doing, you cannot do it. You can't do it. What we are doing, you cannot do. Not in a billion years, you can't do it. You can't do it. Let me tell you what is happening. Lugard wrote a letter to one Walter H. Lang in 1918. He was describing the attitude of those he found in his new Nigeria that he created in 1914, for just 4 years prior. He said, after spending the best part of my life in Africa, my aim has been for the betterment of the people. You know something that the Janjaweed will say to you, a Fulani headsman, for whom I have been ready to give my life for. He said about the Igbo people. No, first Hausa. No, Fulani, not Hausa, please. We make this mistake all the time. You confuse the people with language. He was talking about the Fulani, not the Hausa. Because the Hausa people had a thriving civilization before the Fulanis came. He was talking about the Fulanis, not the Hausas, please. He said that a Fulani man is a fatalist, a spendthrift. There's something I do with your oil today. They don't know how to manage money. Honestly, they sell oil and they spend. That is why they want one Nigeria, because they cannot develop anything. They cannot build anything. They have no doctors. They have no engineers. That's how God made them, to be feudal lords with an imaginary serving them. I don't hate anybody, but it's the truth. Do you know what? A white man saw this thing in 1918. Lugard that created the zoo. Lugard said, Fulani is a fatalist, a spendthrift. They spend money extravagantly. They don't have. They are gamblers. He is gravely immoral. And look at what Aisha is doing today. Aisha, your husband is dead. In Saudi Arabia, you left his corpse there. His skeletons, his bones are in a grave. You brought another boy to be sleeping with in Asorok. Inside your husband's bedroom. And you are Muslim with Quran. Very, very immoral. Lugard saw this in 1918 and said they are immoral. Immoral. And they are seriously diseased. Every disease on earth is in the north. Lugard saw this in 1918. And very sadly, he is a menace to the community. He finds himself, any community he's in, he is a problem. Anywhere there are Fulanis, a white man that created you, the man, your God as a Nigerian, the God that created you, a Nigerian, not God in heaven. Because God in heaven cannot create a zoo. It's man that makes zoo. God can create jungle and forest. Man can create a zoo. That zoo was created by Lugard. Lugard is telling you that any community the Fulani is going to, that community is in trouble. This was in 1918. And I want these things, I'll probably start this program tonight. He has no ambition. What is the ambition of the Fulani? He's not to be president. They groomed them. Hey, what do you want to be? It's our turn, no? It's our turn to be president, oh. It's our turn to be president. Now our turn this year. It's our turn. It's our turn. That's all they have. There is no ambition. You can never see a Fulani man say, oh, I want to be an architect. I want to design the best bridge. They always go abroad to bring in China Construction, Julius Berger. What's the name? That one starts with S. I don't know what they're called. And Italia, Santorini from Italy or whatever. They can't do anything. But give it to people, give it to Biafrans who can build bridges. They will say no. That is the reason. Some of you don't know why they don't want Biafra. Because we will put them to shame. The world will know they are empty. The world will know how poor they are mentally. The world will know that intellectually they are vacuous. They will expose them. That's where everybody is running from. That is what they are running from. Not that they don't we will leave you to go with your Biafra. So tomorrow you build skyscraper, you build roads and bridges, and will be coming to beg you. So they hold all of you down in poverty and in penury. How about the Igbo man, the great Igbores? According to Lugard, they are fiercely rebellious, as I am now. With no regard for authority, go to hell. If you're evil, I say to you, go to hell. Nothing will happen. They are very industrious. Of course, we are hardworking and highly religious. You see, Fulani with there, a white man took their Quran to it and said, you don't obey Quran. A white man told Fulani, you don't obey Quran. You people, you are immoral. Look at them telling you, hey, you did this. It's you are in a nightclub. Don't drink beer. But Aisha is living with a young boy inside that rock. Are all of you blind? Are you telling me that you're all blind? You cannot see the small boy that woman is sleeping with in that rock? Are you blind? Deceivers. Keep on deceiving yourselves. Please, I want IPOB to find me all the pictures of the fresh-faced young men that the cabal has been giving to Aisha. Publish all those pictures so that the world will know that Aisha is immoral. Fulani is immoral. They don't follow the Quran. Fulani, they are not good Muslims. They can never be. Islam doesn't allow for such. Your husband, because of power, because of money that you have from Halliburton, you are corrupt. Your husband, before he died, was corrupt. Buhari was corrupt. Stole money from PTF, from everywhere. You have money. Why do you need to insult the memory of your husband by abandoning him in a grave in Saudi Arabia to take a lover and move into Asarok because of power and money? And you have that, you cover your head with that, is it hijab or whatever they call it, to pretend that you're pious and religious, but you're not. You're a deeply immoral woman. Deeply immoral woman you are. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. An Igbo man can be highly dangerous to be trusted with. And it is true. Don't you see Nniamwod? Didn't you trust him? What did he do with that trust? We have our faults, yes. What did he do with it? He went and knelt down in front of Tinubu begging for governorship. Knelt down in front of that is what that idiot Okutubi has against him. The video of him kneeling down and begging to be made vice president. You don't know that? They wonder how we know. Did you kneel down to beg? Were you videotaped or not? That is that idiot. That's a criminal. That when we go to hold of him, you will know. Do you know that Nniamwod sent another group of Ohanese youths to go to Hope Uzodinma to go and ask for money a few days ago? Are you aware of that? No morality, no conscience. Anything goes. Nniamwod was defending an election that Rochas was rigged into Senate. They were defending him. These are the elders, man, if you want us to respect. So look at least he was right in his analysis. They can be dangerous to be trusted with when it comes to power. Look at their behavior. That is why when they see us, they are astonished. They say, how do you manage to do this? I say, because we are unbribable. We are unbuyable. You cannot buy us, you cannot bribe us. Incorruptible. Incorruptible. Whiter than white and whiter than snow. How about our brothers in Yoruba land? This is what Lugard said, oh, not Nnamdi Kanu, please. Before you hang me. I have Yoruba blood. I have cousins. I have nieces. I have nephews who are Yoruba. I have them. So let me read what Lugard said about Yoruba people. I can freely say that the Westerners are the lowest. Not me. Very seditious. You know what that means? They like to knock people's head together, bring trouble, and they escape. Seditious and very disloyal people. Afonja is an example. They are the most purely prompted by self-seeking money motives than any other people. Not me. This is from Lugard. Please, from Lugard, not from me, please. Tell them it's from Lugard, it's not from me. It's from Lugard. It's from Lugard, please, not from me. Please, not from me. For those who wonder why we want Biafra, you have heard from Lugard. You can now see what the Janjaweed are doing. They lied to our people. They said to Efik, you're not Igbo, you're not Biafra. And they look at what Zik did. Of course, Zik usurped I don't support Zik. I've always condemned him. He's not right. But does that mean that Igbos are domineering? The answer is no. Igbos, they have the population to raise an army to conquer anybody in the East. But as I told you on Sunday, that is something that God will never allow. And I want to tell you why we are suffering today. Part of our problem, of course, we are rebellious towards God. We started to worship idol. Somebody will go somewhere and carve a stick and be talking nonsense. That's not Elohim. And mind you, when I was in Israel, people used to go into the bush to go and pray. You'll be shocked, ain't you? In Israel, they go into the bush. They go to a tree and they begin to pray. In the place where I stay in Israel, you see them in the bush. They are praying. Look, what you see? You don't know. Ignorance is a disease. A disease. What our ancestors used to do, they do in Israel till tomorrow morning. They go into the bush. But a wise man came with his abacadabra. Now what can we do? And we followed him. Because our names were taken away from us. We don't know who we are. Do we? And it was actually a Portuguese Jewish man who recognized and said that these are Biafrans, that they are Jews. And came to Bonny. Do you know the meaning of the name Bonny? Do you think that Bonny is an indigenous name? Bonny is not an indigenous name. Bonny means beautiful people. That was the name the Jewish brother gave to Bonny people when he realized that they were Biafrans, that they were Jews. He named them Bonny, which means short for Bonita. Very pretty. That's how he got the name Bonny. Is Bonny a local name? Of course not. They don't know this. We must teach them. The greatest university on the face of the earth. The very greatest. That is why after our lectures in those days, before I went to the detention, we decimate our enemies with facts and figures. Facts and figures. No stupid argument. Facts and figures. Shelling it out. Who are the Fulani? They are diseased and immoral. Like Aisha Buhari and COVID-19. Very sad indeed. They are killing us. But nobody, you know what I find? I want to tell people who, I don't know, I hope our time is not, we've gone past 2 hours, but I must lecture, please. Please, if your data is finished, you can listen some other time. But we must continue. I must teach this very gospel this evening. I must preach it. Heaven asked me to, and that's what I'm doing. Not minding what Facebook is doing. They're wasting their time. I say, is it going to stop me? Me. I said to them, I will write and post. Even if it's only one like, I'll be writing. I will preach. If you like, remove everybody and there's none, I'll keep preaching this gospel. They're insane. Let's not go there. I remember telling somebody once that the original worship day is Sunday. He nearly killed me. And then I said to him, go into your sitting room. He went there. And I said, look at the calendar. I said, what is Sunday? He said, it's marked in red. I said, oh, is it at the end or at the beginning? He said, it's at the beginning. I said, okay, thank you very much. And that argument ended. But we won't go in there. Not now. When we will get Biafra, we will build on auditorium. People will go there to go and debate and to argue. And the finest argument, we distill it and add it to our knowledge and our thinking as to how to run a nation. Because we respect intellect and intelligence. Very, very important. The fact that you have a degree doesn't mean you have sense. So please, it doesn't mean you know anything. It means you can read and write. That's all. Please, before you think he's bring me a certificate now from a commercial school and be talking nonsense. Nnamdi Azikiwe is the cause of our problem with the so-called Niger Delta. Nnamdi Azikiwe removed Yoita as the head of government in Enugu. And they have never forgiven us till today. Do you know why? Because of what Lugard said about the Yoruba. Lugard said that they are seditious. Not me, Lugard said. They kept pushing them. Can't you see? They have come. They will swallow you. They will colonize you. They will do this. Now, I want to ask those who are in Niger Delta. Apart from Jonathan, every head of state in the zoo have always carried out killings in the Niger Delta. But they don't hate the Fulani. They don't hate the Hausa. They don't hate the Yoruba. It's only the Igbos they hate. Because only one man was asked to leave office for Zik. I repeat. Listen carefully to this. Some of you can remember the OD massacre, don't you? Go and Google it. Google it. Go and get ODI massacre. Who massacred people from OD? It's Obasanjo. But the same Obasanjo was called to open a university in Bayelsa. Now you understand. No hatred there, yes? No, they are brothers. But you hate an Igbo man. Hey, madness everywhere. Yaradua conducted incursions into Delta and Bayelsa before they had the amnesty. Have you all forgotten? Have you ever heard anybody from the Niger Delta lament, so-called anybody who stupidly refers to him or herself as a Niger Delta? Have you ever heard them before lament about Yaradua's killings before the amnesty? No. There's a song they used to play. They don't kill my mama, them, papa, them. You remember that song? I don't know. I have a very terrible voice. There was a song somebody sang from Warri. They don't kill my mama, them, papa, them, my sister, them, papa, and all that rubbish. Go and look for the song. It was under Yaradua. Yes, they killed all of them. But they're in love with Fulani. No problem. Did an Igbo man kill you? No. Why do you hate an Igbo man? Because you moved there, Yoita, or because the Fulani and the Yoruba asked you to. They told you to. You don't know you're an Igbo person, do you? Is Isoko not Igbo? Is Yoruba not Igbo? Look at your names. I don't Igbo. Oh dear me, these people. The same thing they did to Israel. Judea and Samaria. Cut them into two. The northern kingdom and the southern lower kingdom. And the Assyrians came and ravaged the northern kingdom. Only Judea held out, only for some time, and Judea also fell. Imagine if Israel were together, the north and the south. Do you think the Assyrians could have defeated them? No. You never learn. But you have the Bible, I have it here. I have the Torah, I don't have the Bible. I have the Torah with me. That's what I read. Go and read your own Bible. Read it very carefully. Everything you need is there to make you a proper human being, to reason very well. Obasanjo can kill you in Udi, slaughter you, murder you, sack all of you, bomb you from the air. You did nothing. You still love them. You don't hate Yoruba. Yaradua came killed you. You don't hate them. When the first thing Buhari did when he took over power was to bomb the creeks of Calabar, kill people with napalm bomb. No one, you don't hate him. But you hate an Igbo man. You hate your own self. Hey, unbelievable. You see your stupidity in the zoo? That's what they've done to you. We even have it amongst ourselves, so don't forget that. It's everywhere. It's our stupidity. Zeke removed that ureta. Because of that, the whole world must come to an end. You forgot who Margaret Egbo was. Margaret Egbo, have you forgotten her? When she came and rallied all the women, did all Igbo women not follow her? Did Igbo women not follow Margaret Egbo? You fools that claim you're from Niger Delta. Who was our vice president under during the war? Was it not Effiong under Ojubu? Go and listen to his interview. Some of you that were sired by Fulani headsmen. Fulani Turimunu, you have no brain, honestly speaking. There are foolish people making noise about the validity of my exertion. That anybody calling himself a Niger Delta is a dumb fool. Of course you are a fool if you call yourself Niger Delta. What is the meaning of Niger Delta? Simple question you can't answer. What is the meaning of your name? What is the meaning of South South? I ask you. What is the meaning? You can't answer. So you're no longer Bende, you're no longer Delta. You're now South South. Foolishness everywhere. Every government or regime in the zoo have always killed Biafrans. Gambari, even this Gambari that you have now made your de facto president more like. Because Boss Mustafa is the vice president. Boss Mustafa is doing Osibanjo's job. That's why I don't understand Yoruba, honestly. I don't get that. To ask for your own son is a problem. Yeah. I remember when Biafrans were protesting for my release. They said, oh, he's well. They said, no, we want to see him. Ordinary me. Biafrans said, no, we want to see that he's alive. Bring him out. That was how they brought me to court. Pressure. Yoruba, your own son is vice president missing. You are supposed to be the president. This is second time that Yoruba is running away from responsibility. Ogundipo was number one. Now, Osibanjo is now gone. And I believe they shot him, he's dead, to be honest with you. Osibanjo is dead. Forget all that nonsense they're telling you. Where is he? Anytime in Aso Rock they start to issue fake pictures, you know you're in trouble. If he's alive, you bring him. Bring him out. Let journalists ask him questions in Yoruba language. Bring him out. Let him talk. Let him walk outside and speak. You killed him and dumped him in the grave you dug for Abakari. You think we are stupid? You think we didn't see the blood in the coffin? You think we didn't see it? Let COVID-19 finish. Then we'll collapse this zoo. You will see what we're going to do. You think we are foolish? We didn't see the blood on the coffin? Who is this man called Gambari? He has killed you before. The man that said that who justified the death of Kensal Wiwa was actually appointed into a panel in Niger Delta, and Femi Adesina was writing about it. How come Niger Delta don't hate Gambari and people from Kwara State? Why not? I'm asking you. Because you have allowed Yoruba manipulation to get into your brain, twisted it, made you inferior. You hate your own flesh and your own blood. Now the Janjaweed have come. Let's see who will defend each other then. Oh, okay, you're Niger Delta now. Go and defend yourself. Let's see. The same nonsense the Kensal Wiwa did. Kensal Wiwa did the same rubbish and they hanged him. He was hanged. Adekaboro, the same thing. You people never learn from history. You learn nothing. Your brains are empty. Nonsense. I don't hear a job Urobo Isoko or Ishekiri condemn the Yoruba or Fulani for killing them. Igbo man never killed you. Never. Only if you're saying that opening a small chemist or spare part shop is killing. I don't know. This is your flesh and your blood. The same people as you, where you came from. Where you migrated to where you are from. We are all the same people. I have challenged anybody before. Let us, I'm going to do it. IPOB family in the USA and in Europe. I want you to get the DNA of somebody who says they're from Niger Delta. Take your own and the person's own. Go and do detailed analysis. They will tell you if you're blood relatives or not. What type of nonsense is this? People behaving like fools all the time. Talking rubbish everywhere. 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 Some of you, there are some things you do not know. And we must teach you. It is our responsibility, our duty. And we took an oath to speak the truth always, and that's what we are doing. That is why there is no counter. After speaking, after writing, all they can say is, how will this give you Biafra now? That I'm Niger Delta. They never address any issue that I raise. That is how foolish and how evil they are. As Lugard said, they are seditious. Seditious. Always whizzing themselves through issues. Answer the question. What does Niger Delta mean? What is the meaning of South-South? Show me South-South anywhere on Cardinal Point. Is that somebody's name? Can you go to England and you say this is South-South or West-West in England? Are you people insane? Are you insane? On Sunday, you go and give them money. 6 million from Aba. They take it to Lagos. When the time comes, they burn your shops. That's how foolish you are. Ndara. But if your fellow brother, why am I even blaming those that come? How about Igbos themselves? Are they not behaving foolishly? Your brother open a church, you will not go. Your sister open church, you will not go. But once the church is from Yoruba, from Hausa, from Fulani, you go and you give them money and they buy jets and they build schools for their children and they go to Facebook and they insult you and say you're fools. You see them, you because have no shame. All that is envy. Oh, let me go to his church now and support him, and tomorrow he'll be bigger than me. Envy. But you go to somebody who is uncircumcised, a former Muslim that turned into Christian. You're not ashamed of yourself. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. We must preach this very gospel. What some of us do not know is that the promotion of the doctrine of Niger Delta is a British containment strategy. Call them Niger Delta, isolate them away from the Igbos. The clever words, that's British. Move them away. The more you move them away from the British, from the Igbo, the better. That's the British game plan. You want the oil? Remove them, carve them away. Say they are a minority. Igbos will dominate you. Use BBC to do the work. They will brainwash them. Do it. And when you go now and you ask them, these are the people who farm with every day. Can you, please, Mr. Effiam, can you tell me a Niger Delta person that was killed by an Igbo person? They can't tell you. Name one. They say, during the war, my father told me. Did your father witness anything? No. Who told your father? My father told me. Instead of them to say, I read it in BBC or Yoruba newspaper told me. Oh, dear me. They call them Niger Delta, isolate them and kill them. At that Kabul, Cancer, we were many of them, Marshal Harry or Harry Marshall. They killed Chubo Kadibo, didn't they? Obasanjo killed Chubo Kadibo with a poisoned gas canister because Chubo Kadibo is asthmatic. So you don't know, do you? Obasanjo went and prepared for him a very potent concoction and released the tear gas, and Chubo Kadibo choked to death. His lungs collapsed and he died. One Nigeria indeed. One Nigeria. One Nigeria. Even in the zoo itself, they don't know who they are. They don't know where the Chinese doctors are anymore. Nobody knows if they're doctors that said this. Nobody knows. Nobody. But when they were coming, I told you who they were. I told you that they are not doctors. I told you live on air on Radio Biafra only 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I told you they are not doctors. I told you. Now they are missing. Nobody knows where they are. And it's a country. They went to the airport to go and pick them up when they came. What is happening in the zoo is beyond belief. Beyond belief, and now someone must collapse it. I'm only feeling sorry for them. I want to wait for coronavirus to. Once the whole world opens up, Then you see our game changer. I know you want to start your war before then, so the attention of the world can be taken over. Because what they have done is to go for broke. Instead of Nnamdi Kanu to expose us and we go to jail, we start a war everywhere in the south. So the world will be talking about the war. That's Aisha. Aisha is a mother, but look at what she's planning. A woman to kill other people's children. And she has her own. Not knowing that we can also find her children. But when I say it now, they'll cut out this part and send it to via diplomatic cable to the whole world. Nnamdi Kanu wants to kill the children of Aisha Buhari. No, of course not. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that Aisha Buhari is there, plotting to kill other people's children, fathers and mothers in the south, because she's the one now in charge. Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, disclosed that the 15-member Chinese medical team came into Nigeria on the bill of CCECC, and that they are still in the country. A Chinese company, a Royal Niger company, Mark II, brought in people for your government. Chinese. You have no shame. When a white man insults you now, or when they knock you about like football in China and call you monkeys, say don't come into McDonald's, you start crying. But do you see how you're demeaning yourselves? Do you see how you insult yourselves? Do you see how you debase yourselves? Have you seen it? You don't know where they are. But you brought them in. Now is a CCECC that brought them in. And you claim that you people are human beings. You want me to call Nigeria a country. No, it's a zoo. Look at the way they're behaving. Which country behaves this way? Where do they behave like this? Oh, we don't know where they are. In any decent society, believe you me, they will bring out all the rulers, they will hang them publicly. In broad daylight. This is a travesty. A travesty. A travesty. Very, very sad indeed. But we must continue and to expose this. Look at how foolish they are. Oh, we don't know where they are, but we think one Chinese company invited them. Everything is foreign in the zoo. They say, oh, we have the army. Look at the so-called army that will come to fight Biafra when we are ready. That's what they think. This is the army that will come to fight Biafra. The zoo army. Because foreign soldiers are the ones fighting bandits in Sokoto, according to a senator. Senator, even the army, all the years they've been taking money. The same thing with COVID-19. Looting. You know what they're doing in Lagos? I'll shock people tonight. You know, now, let me finish this news, I'll tell you. The All Progressives Congress member representing Sokoto East, he's Alamajiri, so he must say he's Nnamdi Kanu or IPUB. His name is Ibrahim Gober. Very funny indeed, isn't it? He is answering the original name of Sokoto. He's a Sokoto man. He's answering the original name of Sokoto, which is Gober. As I told you a while ago. His name is Ibrahim. Oh, Chukwukikabama, you're kind. Everything I tell you, Elohim, his name is Gober, as I told you. That's, you know, in the north, they don't have, that's an imaginary, they don't have any father. They start abusing girls from the age of 6. At the age of 8, 9, they get them pregnant. By 14, they have 3 or 4 kids. And their hips destroyed. They throw them on the street, they are Almajiri. So if you are Almajiri and you're born on the streets of Sokoto, you become Dan Sokoto. They born you on the streets of Katsina, you become Dan Katsina. Or Osman Katsina. They born you in Kanu, you become Aminu Kanu. Anywhere they give birth to you, answer the name of that place. But if your mother, at the age of, say, that's 9, they start abusing them from 6. So from 9, they get them pregnant. There's something that Buhari did to Aisha. From 9, 10, they get them pregnant. At the age of that 9 and 10 or thereabout, a child can have a baby and die. And Alhaji will take that very person and name that child Alhaji. That means there's no father. Some of you will know one man called Alhaji. That's how it became. No father, no mother, nothing. On the street. So anywhere they give birth to you, answer that place. If they give birth to you in Tafawa Balewa, your name is now Tafawa Balewa. That is the people you have the same country with. that you're defending. Hey, this our one Nigeria. Hey, let's keep Nigeria one. Yoruba, you are seditious. That's what Lugard said. You're talking about one Nigeria as a way of spiting the Igbos. Let's spite them. People say I shouldn't preach this. I must speak the truth, man. If you do well, I will praise you. If you do bad, the world will hear it. That's who we hear. That's who we hear. Ibrahim Gobert. He stated this on the floor of the House. Do you know what he said? Nigerian military is no longer capable of saving also from bandits in Sokoto. One Nigeria. Legendary zoological republic. A zoo. They have made so much money from book. As I told you that what's his name? Burata is going never to come back. Did I not tell you that before? Don't you hear anymore? You don't have ears again, you don't hear anymore. Hey, what did I tell you? He is gone, he has stolen money. He has estates in Dubai. He is a general only when he's coming to attack Nnamdi Kanu, having afternoon siesta in his bedroom, unarmed. They are heroes. Yoruba was hailing them as their heroes. To tell you how evil some people are. Hailing people that went to kill an innocent civilian. Just that I'm asking for freedom for my people. Yoruba were hailing them. Well done, boys. Well done. Now, Burata has run away. Everybody's on the run. Now, bandits are overrunning Sokoto. And they're bringing in troops from Niger. Because they are brothers now. They're all the same people. No borders, no immigration, nothing. Anybody can come and go as they please. Nobody knows who's a Nigerian and who is not. Today they said there are 205 million. Next week it will be 290 million. Because you can come from anywhere in the north, in the south. Once you're slightly Arabic, you speak a bit of anything at all. You come in with your Quran, you're Nigerian. These are the people that some idiots are telling me they can save. How many are you going to save? Next week, your population will be 290 million, if at all it's true. They made money from Boko Haram today is now COVID-19. As I told you, I will tell you a story in Lagos, what's happening in Lagos. If they catch you in Lagos and swab you and say they're doing testing you, you're finished. Do you know what they're doing in the zoo called Nigeria? If you diagnose anybody with COVID-19, you get 50,000 naira every week. Once you manage to kill that person with injection, a concoction, a cocktail of poison, you get 150,000. COVID-19 is a business in the zoo. Business of death. That is your country for you. That is your one Nigeria. But will Yoruba see all of these things? No, they can't see it. Why? Oh, it's our turn, not 2023. Seditious, according to Lugard. Very sad indeed. I tell you, I've told you what how the Igbos are. I don't spare anybody. I tell you the truth. If you like, you repent. If you like, you don't. But that is why IPOB is undefeatable. Because we ground them, we refine them, we purify them in the furnace of truth. Purification. That is why we are indestructible. The finest family anywhere in the world. Indestructible. They use their own money to buy everything you see they do. The day I will come home, you see how they will come. With their own money. Nobody pays them nothing. The human and mama people that love good. Oh, you people are good sometimes anyway, I must say. IPOB is very, very good. Very, very good. I must say, very good. Very good people. We must continue. Foreign soldiers are now fighting. Channels will not see it. Where is your president? Where is the vice? I'm asking a simple question. Where is he? They say, oh no, he said he's into stylistics. Maybe he's style with Aisha. I'm not saying anything. Maybe he's performing style with stylistics with Aisha. Where is your president? I told you here again live on air a few weeks ago that the clown there cannot speak. He's only there to wear a mask and pretend he's shaking somebody's hands. That is why he cannot speak. He cannot wear a mask either. Why can't he wear a mask? As I tweeted earlier, he's wearing one already. He cannot wear another one. Because when you wear a mask, if you want to speak, sometimes you touch your face to remove it. Have you ever seen him touch his face before? Because he can't feel his face. He's wearing a rubber mask. He doesn't want to make mistake. He can be wearing, you know that mask, you put it behind your ear and cover your nose and your mouth. He cannot feel it. So the mask can fall off, he will not feel anything. Because it's not his skin. I told you, he will not speak. I told you, then Jubril was in Cuba. I said, he is not coming back. He cannot speak. The one in Aswan cannot speak. I told you that. They said, oh, we're going to have a broadcast now. And they cancelled it. Only one post on my page, they cancelled it. Because I told Mr. Jang, I think that's his name, Michael Jang of CCECC. These are the steps you want to take to deceive 200 million people. I am waiting for you. After displaying whatever rubbish, I will tear it to pieces on air. And I will disgrace you before the world. Quickly, they realized their mistake. They said, no, there's no more broadcaster. If you're not afraid of us, who are you going to be afraid of? Who will you be afraid of if not IPOB? Who else can you fear? IPOB. I said to the Chinese, go and do that your concocted video, bring it out. I will destroy, I will decimate you live on air. Go try it and see. Do you know why? Because I know where Buhari is, in a grave in Saudi Arabia. I know where Jubril is. Jubril is dead. I know. That is why, and I know that the boy in Asrock cannot speak. That's Aisha's maybe around the same age. Because I'm older than Aisha. But when he heard him say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a small boy, I laugh at. I am older than Aisha Buhari. I am older than her. She's a little girl to me. I am older than Aisha Buhari. She is a little girl to me. If you see how Igbo people defend their Yoruba churches, you'll be amazed. They can't defend their village like that. I keep wondering, are you sure they're Igbo? Are you sure they're Biafrans? Hey, my goodness me. That is the same where we come from now. Okuku hana hamano. You know, look, village chicken. You know that village chicken you see all the time is with that swag. You know, there's some chicken in the village that has no swag. You know, those chicken that looks a bit dirty. That it tastes well. You know that chicken that has no swag. It doesn't work very well. The one that they like is the one from poultry that has no taste. You know, looking white and no ajibo. You know ajibo chicken. They don't like the village one. They don't like it. Me, I like my village chicken. That's what they say. They prefer to give their money to Yoruba churches and then you call IPOB to come and defend your village. Thunder fire you there, mad people. Go and call your GO to come and defend you. Bring him to defend you. Bring your daddy GO to come to the village to defend you. You're calling IPOB. Are you not mad? Every Sunday you pay tithe, you plant seed, you water the seed, you harvest the seed. They carry it from Biafra and they go to Lagos and share it. And you talk on their page and they tell you to shut up. You're children of Jezebel. But you want to give them money every Sunday. You're not ashamed. You have no shame to defend. Let me see the idiots that will try and defend a Yoruba pastor in front of me. Check up on your work. Idiots. Omopa is there. There are preachers we have. All of them are there. You will go and find one and go to. Stop disgracing yourselves. You want to go to where you so Ashebi. All of you are thirsting for party. When you want to go, where they will invite you to party all the time. Mad people everywhere. They don't like you, they don't love you. Henry Kissinger told you, 1969, before some of you were born, they will never like you. No matter what, they will never love you, no matter what you do. Instead, they go to your brothers from the coast and telling them, Igbo man is your problem. Igbo man will do this, Igbo man will do that. Your own, and we have not done the same thing to them. There is no way we instigated Hausa against Fulani or Hausa against Kanuri. No, it's always them coming into our land, telling us who is who should to trust and who not to trust. Because Onyanwodo knelt down for useless, dirty, ugly Tinubu to make him governor. When you insult us, you come back and you want me to respect you. You are insane. So maybe you know that. We must continue to preach this very gospel of heaven. Today we have Aisha Buhari as the epitome of Islamic immorality. A woman whose husband hasn't been buried properly. And she's busy lifting her skirt for another man in her husband's bedroom in Asorok. Shameful. Very shameful. This is the worst form of corruption. And she will not escape it. She will go to prison. You watch and see. She will go to jail. Let them bring her that thing outside and say he's attending international conference or whatever. We will create so much sin that let the army of that place shoot us dead. We'll show the whole world how terrible Nigeria is. And how useless, how roundly useless Nigerians are. They are useless to the core. Useless to the core. Nigerians are useless. Absolutely useless and hopeless to the core. A bunch of people who cannot reason properly. They can never ever reason properly. Look at, there is a picture I want Amaka to post. A picture of the president of Uganda. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Let us post a picture of a country that is considered as the dwarf of Africa. How many times do you think that Yoweri Museveni have addressed his people since COVID-19 started? He's addressed them 14 times. 14th presidential address. 14 times the president addressed his people in Uganda. How many times have yours addressed you live? None. How many times in total recorded? 3 times. For duration, 19 minutes, 17 minutes, and 18 minutes. That's all. Giant of Africa. Because I told you that, let them come out and say that Buhari is dead. Please, IPAB, forgive us. Nnamdi Kanu, we are begging you. I'm telling you, I'll forgive them. I will. If they come out of it and say, please forgive us, we have done something wrong, I will forgive them. But to be lying every day, pretending and lying, no, of course not. Can't happen with us. Because all the nonsense you're doing there. Look at the 14th. A Nigerian that claims he or she is educated cannot ask me, where is the so-called president? Okay, where is the vice? Yoruba, you want me to go into battle with you? And you're not looking for your own son. How can you look for me, a Biafran, if I go missing? You cannot look for your own flesh and blood. You can't look for him. Is it me you look for? Tomorrow night they say, Osibanjo attends a conference on economic recovery. Osibanjo, he receives the Emir of Gwandu. Rubbish. Let him come out and speak Yoruba to the people. As every other head of state is doing around the world. He is the vice. You people are there watching sheepishly as Boss Mustafa is doing Osibanjo's job. Who is Boss Mustafa? It's a good thing that at least PDP is learning. If you come to my page, you will learn. You will learn. You will learn. At least PDP came and they learned something. To know that somebody who is not elected cannot give directives to the public. You cannot, because you cannot be held directly accountable. That is the meaning of voting. You don't even know the meaning of voting, do you? Is to hold somebody accountable. Who is going to hold Boss Mustafa accountable? Is it Aisha that is busy with her lover? No, she doesn't. She won't have that time. Other presidents address their people, but none from the clown Aisha Buhari's lover. As long as I am here, that idiot, that clown in a mask will never speak. Any day that I swear to heaven, I don't like swearing. Any day they place that thing in front of a TV, they are finished. I have told the whole world, every government of the world, I tweet them, our tweets go very far, and all of you must be on Twitter as well. All of you must. That is how you alert the world as to what is going on. Any day they place that thing on television, hey, my goodness. Let them try now. We are waiting. Boss Mustafa is now the vice president. I keep asking, where is Osibanjo? he was seen declaring holidays, restrictions, altering the timetable, running operations and activities in the country. Boss Mustafa, ordinary secretary to a political appointee. The job of Osibajo, the same job that Mike Pence is doing in the USA, is Osibajo's job as the vice. Where is Osibajo to announce if your person you claim is Buhari is not there? We know about where Buhari is. If, as we know that Jubril is gone, then bring Osibajo and let him be talking as the vice president, not Boss Mustafa. Not Boss Mustafa. Who is he? Who elected him? Who put him there? Oh, these people, it's common sense. Pure, simple common sense. They don't have. Yeah, I'm a proud Nigerian. Please, piss off. Proud Nigerian, my foot. People who cannot reason. No wonder foreign soldiers are fighting fighting bandits in Sokoto for you. Every time the same nonsense. Every time, and they are. Let me warn our Yoruba people. This is one thing I want people that listen to Radio Biafra, they listen properly. I want you to consider this very news. Save Nigeria from disintegration. Akinteriwa, I don't know how to pronounce it, advises Gambari. Is Gambari the president? Do you see that Yorubas, they know that there is no Buhari? Do you see my anger with them? Do you see why I'm upset with them? They know there is no Buhari. How can you be saying, who is Gambari to save Nigeria? Is he the president? Did you elect him? Why is... let me close this program. I'm very, very upset, honestly. Nigeria is useless. I am very, very upset, honestly speaking. Very upset. An elder states, a grown-up man, an elderly man, a former Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, a grown-up man who should understand the tenets of democracy, is asking a political appointee to save the nation. Then that, oh my Chineke, then where is the president? Where is the vice? Do you see my problem? When I speak, they say I insult people. Why won't I insult this man? Do you see how foolish people are? Can the whole world see it? These are the so-called intellectuals, academics. These are the intellectuals you have. Begging. And let me warn Yoruba people. IPOB, Biafrans are not for any restructuring. That time has come and gone. It's never, ever. Because this was what I told him in Niawodo when I met him in Enugu. When I came out of detention. I met in Niawodo with the governors and I told them, go to Abuja and tell them that these are the things I gave them respect. These are the things your children want. They never went. When the Nigerian government said, okay, they will come and speak to me directly, they said no. So if there are Fulani headsmen in your village, if there is ISIS in your village about to attack or to kill you, you blame Niawodo and the governors. They couldn't do it. They were scared of them. How can I be scared of Janjaweed? How is that possible? But they're terrified. Because behind the scenes, they kneel down and they beg them. Thinking we will not know. Not knowing that the M branch of IPOB is the strongest in the whole. I'm telling you, if you like, run into the tunnel, we'll find out what you're doing. Is it not very clear? Is it not very clear now for the whole world to know? He was the former director of international affairs. He's an intellectual. But you're begging an ordinary political appointee to help you save the nation. Why don't you appeal to the president? That tells you there is no president. And nobody knows there is no president. It's because any day we agree now that there is no president, hey, Nnamdi Kanu will win, the Biafrans will go, hey, that's their concern. Zoo. Damnable zoological republic. Why beg one man to save Nigeria? Is he the president? Is he the president? Are you sure Yoruba elders don't know that even Osibajo has been murdered? Because I want to know the blood in that coffin. We need to go and dig up that grave. get a tissue from that, whoever is buried there, to make sure we do a test. Because whoever, I believe it was Oshibaji that was buried there, unless they bring him out tomorrow. I'm telling you the truth. Things are happening in the zoo. Let me play their useless channels for you. So you will hear what they are doing in the zoo. You will hear them. Very sad indeed. Very sad.
Our lead stories tonight.
Listen.
The whereabouts of the Chinese officials have been joined now with the news at 10 by a former House of Representatives.
Listen, the Chinese, they're looking for the Chinese. A whole country.
From Plateau South and East, Mr. Dashong Bagos. Thank you for joining us.
I need to let you understand them.
10.
Yeah, thank you. Well, just a point of correction there. I'm not a former, I'm the current serving member representing Jos South, Jos East. Before my constituents looked for you.
My sincere apologies there.
I
Current member of the House of Representatives from Plateau South and East, Mr. Dashong Bagos. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10. Now, where does all this leave us? There are contradictions.
In a country,
Chinese health
200 million contradictions.
Why is the House of Representatives really interested in their whereabouts?
Now, this is why I hate channels. Can you believe that? Channels TV is asking a senator, why should you be interested in the whereabouts of the Chinese? A news organization. Do you see this one? Oh dear me.
Well, if you could remember, on the 7th of April this year,
listen,
the Speaker of the House of Representatives, in his goodwill, after the outcry of Nigerians on why Chinese medical doctors will come into the country when we have professionals in the country that could and can handle the issue of COVID-19. The Speaker had a meeting with the Minister, his Minister of State, and the Minister assured the Speaker that he's going to brief him on all the activities of the Chinese nationals that will be coming in. And not only that, there were conditions that the Speaker gave the ministry that all the Chinese nationals should follow the NCDC protocol. And if the Speaker have taken steps, invariably, that's the House speaking. So, which means if we have done such through the Speaker, we need to know what is happening. And now, where we got so alarmed was when the Minister of Health said he don't know the whereabouts. The minister is saying he don't.
The same minister that said I'll come back and brief you has come. The same minister that said I will come back and brief you now came back and said to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, I don't know where they I don't know where they are. Let's listen, Zoo.
Where the whereabout, definitely Nigerians will ask the House of Representatives, they will ask the Speaker, well, you assured us that the nationals will follow protocol, so where are they? So that's why it's very important.
Lawmakers do not know where the Chinese are. Health minister doesn't know where the Chinese are. COVID-19 don't know where the Chinese are. But somebody went and gave them an escort from the airport. Do you see how they are uselessing themselves? Do you see how foolish the zoo is? We have gone for 3 hours, but we must come to an end. I will continue with the rest later. But there are some things I want to say. Dear me, Zoological Republic. There are some people in Houston, Texas, who were part of this very family, but for some reason we are suspended. I am lifting the suspension tonight, Madam Chinyanapo, Lady Okorie, and Anojulu, Madam Helen Anojulu. Lagos, I gave you those numbers. If you're looking for how to join IPOB, I gave you some numbers. Please go back to those numbers. Let me see if I can repeat the numbers, please. Go, if you want to find out your nearest IPOB family, I will give you a number to call, or you start a family meeting yourself and then report later on, whichever one is good. But I must make it abundantly clear, please, there is no soliciting of funds from anywhere. Once again, those telephone numbers are +61 43 42 94 745. I repeat, +614 34 29 4745. All WhatsApp, please. All of them are WhatsApp. The second number is +614. Again, +614 784 89664. +614 784 89664. The third number is +44 74 59 13 9001. +44 74 59 13 9001. The last number is +44 744 023 8814. +44 744 023 8814. Any queries you have, any questions you have, please direct. That is our inquiry line. If you want to give us any report, it's on that line. If you want to find out how you can assist to stop the Janjaweed, the terrorists who are now in our land, you can also go any of those lines. Very, very important. Please, let me see if I can take one or two more questions. Then I will bring today's proceedings to a close. Let me see if I can take one or two more questions. Somebody saying, who is in charge of the zoo government now? Nobody is in charge. Aisha is having fun with her boyfriend. They just brought in Ibrahim, I think that's his name, Gambari. Nobody's in charge. Anybody can do whatever you like, can steal how much. If you can steal money now and burn down the place, that's even better, because there's nobody in charge. Zoo doesn't have a government. What they are trying to do is to bring their armies down to our land, start a war, start a fight. So the world will be talking about the fight rather than what is going on in Asara, because they think that that is the best way to stop IPOB. That is the best way to stop Nnamdi Kanu. Raphael Adimora is in Cameroon, in Yaoundé, and wants to know how they can join the family in Yaoundé. Please call one of the numbers that I've just explained, and I want all our people, all our e-warriors, to make sure that those numbers are announced is everywhere, please. My name is Okon Ekpenyong. Please, sir, what is the meaning of Igbo? Igbo means Ndibo, the ancient people, people of old, people of time, people of timeless, people of ages. That is the meaning of Igbo, Ndibo. And when the first wave of the migrants came down via Egypt, Sudan, Niger Republic, and part of Yoruba land into Omambala River, the confluence of Omambala River, they found the Igbo people there. And in Agolo, when we got there, we said, this is Agolo Ozo Igbo. Agolo Ozo Igbo means the route to go to where the Igbos are living. And somebody gave them that name. Agolo Ozo Esi Agebe Ndi Igbo no. Agolo Ozo Igbo. Now you understand. Igbo means ancient people. Ndibo, very ancient. Hey, Facebook has come again. Facebook, a group at 6 beacon. They have decided. They have cut us off on Facebook. Unbelievable. They do this all the time. The zoo has crumbled, and they are crying. Please go to Radio Biafra page. They are crying. The zoo is crying. Please go to Radio Biafra page. They are crying. I will restart. I can't let them be. I can't. I wanted to close. I am no longer closing. Facebook, you are going to get it hot. I am no longer closing. I am no longer closing. We are going back. We are going back live. We are going back live. We are going back live. Live on air. That the world may know that we are not running away from anybody. We are still live on Radio Biafra page. I'm not going anywhere. Since this is their behavior, I am not going anywhere. I will answer these questions. Igbo means Ndibo. It means ancient people. Maybe they've decided not to reconnect me again. That is what they do. Very, very sad indeed. Extremely sad indeed. Extremely sad indeed. Unbelievable. I don't know if people are listening. I need confirmation that we are back on my page on Facebook. I know we are still live on Radio Biafra page. We are still live on Radio Biafra page. And the whole world is listening as well. Our FM stations everywhere. I don't know. His name is Ebenezer. Omugwalo from Anambra, Omonachi, Mbuke village. And what is your question? Let us see. What is your question? I heard that Biafra armies will be ready by June. Nothing like that, please. Disregard anybody telling you anything about Biafra army. If there is one, I will tell you myself there is none. These are criminals, please beware. Anybody telling you about Biafra army, please beware. Please beware. Very, very important. Please beware. Somebody is asking about an Ifulefu. I do not respond to Ifulefus. I don't call them by name. If you want to work for a new Nigeria, you are more than welcome to do so. Not us. We don't need. We are pure in IPOB. We don't need Ifulefus at all. I think my page is back on now. It's back on. I will continue to take as many questions as possible. What is the relationship between Ikwere and Benin? There is absolutely none. We migrated from Benin when we are coming, the first wave. Second wave came from Ethiopia via the Cameroon Mountains to come into our land. We have nothing with Benin. There was a man called Ezechime from Arochukwu that served the Oba of Benin. He married and gave birth to a lot of families. I think our genuine elder, Sylvian Ebigwe, Dr. Ebigwe, those are the people that I respect. Elders that I respect. If you want to know those that I respect, Sylvian Ebigwe, I respect. From Apanam, I respect him. A man of honor. Hey, a man of honor. Let me tell you, this has meaning of something. That's not like Ikwere is Igbo, please. Let us get our facts straight. That's not, those saying that Ikwere is not Igbo is because they were trained with money from stolen property. They stole properties from their brothers and gave it to them. So they are feeling guilty. So the best way to, if you want to be evil towards your brother or your sibling, you remove them from the family. So you will say you have no blood ties. The only reason why some, not the same Ikwere, the Ikwere that I know that I went to is hardcore Biafra, please. I don't want to go too far. Let me tell you why I like Dr. Sylvian Ebigwe. He's from Okpanam and Nioma Igbo land. I went to Lagos when we were looking for money to start Radio Biafra in 2010. I went to Dr. Sylvian Ebigwe to his house in Lekki. I was well entertained by him. You know what this man did? He was then, I can't forget, he was then the chairman of Aki Ikenga, if I'm not mistaken, Aki Ikenga, the think tank, the group of intellectuals who were in Lagos that I used to respect. They wobbled a bit, but I still respect them anyway. Aki Ikenga. Aki Ikenga, he invited me to a meeting that the Lagos state governor then, I think that was Fashola, sent an emissary to. This man is an Nioma Igbo. He's an Igbo man in Nioma Okpanam. the village of Nzogu. Do you know what Dr. Bigwe did? Dr. Bigwe took the microphone that night. I'll never forget. Rear Admiral Nnamdi Kanu was also at that very gathering. And so also was Chisco. You know what Dr. Bigwe did? He picked up the microphone and said, I have 2 special guests from London. He said, Nnamdi Kanu of Radio Biafra is here. I couldn't believe it. That day, I bowed for him. Others were hiding and greeting me. He picked the microphone and said, they are my guests. I invited them. Nnamdi Kanu of Radio Biafra is here. In Lagos. With all the police and every personnel that brought them to the event. Dr. Silva Nebigwe. He's a man of honor. I respect him so much, and I love him dearly. A man of honor. He was the one that was lecturing us about those just saying, I'm not Igbo. He finished them off. A man of honor and integrity. Silva Nebigwe. Those are the men that I respect. He stood up in the middle of Lagos in the night in a party, in a get-together, and announced me. And Guardian newspaper came to me and said, I want to interview you. That was how I got that interview to Guardian newspaper. Men who are fearless, not the cowards we have everywhere. Is there IPOB in Benin Republic? We are all over the world. Whoever was IPOB is all over. That is why we are formidable. And our adversaries are jealous. They say I am a millionaire. They think I'm like them. They think we are alike, or we are not. I am staying on because of Facebook. If you have run out of data, you can go if you want to. I'm staying on because of Facebook. They think they can play these games with me. We are destructively stubborn. Ask the zoo, they will tell you. Ask us or rock, we have crumbled it. Elohim, please forgive me. I don't want to take your glory. It is you that did it. Elohim has crumbled the zoo because of our stubbornness. They shouldn't dare us. I will preach. I wanted to close and you cut me off. Then I will continue. I will continue to take questions. I will continue. His name is Ike Chukwu Ikoku. Why do you call Nigeria zoo? Because it is, hey, it was a group of animals assembled by Lugard together. That's why I don't play it. I know a zoo is better. You're saying a jungle would have been a better name for them. I agree with you. I agree with you. Wankwa Ifani is asking, but you didn't tell us where you're. Okay, you're from Lagos. How do I join IPOB in Lagos? Rather than asking, start IPOB where you are, all over the world. All over the world, start IPOB. Wherever you are, you start IPOB. Wherever you are. They said our radio is not talking in Lagos and in Ebonyi. It's because of the COVID-19 lockdown. All the machines are ready to go back to service them. It will start talking very soon. Just waiting for movement to be resumed. It will start talking. Thank you very much. That is Eze Chidebere. He's writing. This is Abuchinna Awoja from Imo State. The loan that Nigeria is collecting from China and other countries, I hope Biafra government will pay. Whatever they give to us, we pay because the loan was collected under Nigeria. So every part of Nigeria is liable. So we are going to pay. We are going to pay. Very, very important. We are going to pay. Somebody is asking, but there is no, I can't see the name here. What is your name? I don't want to scroll up. I think we may have conversed in the past. They are asking, I want to get the name. That's Lady Ugonna is asking. Lady Ugonna is asking if Igbo means ancient, of course, in Igbo, ancient people, yes. Why Obi Igbo? Obi Igbo means the heart of the people. The heart. Everybody has a heart, isn't it? So also is the sacred land of Biafra. And Igbo land in particular. And Obi Igbo is the heart of it. The heartbeat of Igbo, and that's what it means. Obi Igbo. The heart of it. The very heart of it. Very, very important. We understand that. Augustine is writing to us. Augustine John and I go from Annam, residing in Italy. If now the zoo starts their killing against us, shall our people retaliate? You will know when the time comes. Of course we will. Do you expect us to be folding our hands, be watching them and reciting the Bible? They slap you on one side. So if they kill your daughter, you can bring your son for them to kill as well. Because Jesus said so. If they slap you here, you turn the other side. That is madness. Of course they know what we're going to do. We're waiting for them to start. So you know that, so Yoruba will write the history properly. You know, because if we do anything now, Yoruba will say, oh, that we attacked innocent Nigerians. Channels TV and Yoruba newspapers. That IPOB attacked innocent Nigerians who have the right and freedom of movement. He attacked, they were attacked. You know, that's what they'll tell the consultants abroad. So we're waiting for them to start. Once they start, then the world will know who we are. My name is Jidofo from Ebonyi State, based in UAE. How can I join the family? I gave you those numbers. Call them, and you will get the number to call in UAE. And I want everybody, please, to go and join Radio Biafra London. We are over 1.5 million. Go and join Radio Biafra page. I think we are close to 800,000 now of likes on that very page. Or you go to my page, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think I have, I don't know, maybe 300 and something thousand followers. So you don't get led astray. Go there and you join us and you will get all the information you need. I will start publishing the names of all the coordinators in different countries and their contact details so that all of you, if you go to my page, you will be able to find it. You will be able to find it. Please, can a unit break out to become a zone if they're capable of from Iguacha? But there's no need for breakage now. The enemies are coming, please. No breaking of anything. The status quo must remain. No breaking at all, at all, at all. Our sister is writing your lectures indeed tonight. I have not finished the lectures. You are writing to me. We are still here. Live, if you go to my page. Facebook is messing up, but we are destroying the zoo. They got me upset. I've been on air now for almost 3 hours and 22 minutes. And we shall continue. Since the zoo got me upset, we shall continue. If IPOB doesn't have an international passport, Biafra will have one. As soon as we get Biafra, we will have one. I want to destroy the zoo. That's our mission, to destroy completely. Ozim Machukwu from Enugu. What are we going to do to stop the Janjaweed from defeating Governor Nyesom Wike? We are waiting for them to start. They must start first. Then they will be videoed and we'll send it to the whole world so that when we start our own, nobody will say we attacked innocent Nigerians as the Yorubas. That's what the Yorubas are waiting for. They attacked innocent Nigerians. That is what they are waiting for. To lie to the people. Somebody is saying, can we call? You cannot call. I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you cannot call. You can send me a text message and I will be able to respond. And I will be able to respond. What is your name? Anselm Ogu. It is better to equip us. Who is going to equip us? Is it those eating hamburger in America? They built an Igbo village in Virginia. So they said they're no longer coming back. So we can all die, they don't care. Everybody in Biafra land can die. They're in America. They're having fun. They have a pasta, hamburger. They have crab. If you see, even they are crab. If you see how big the crab is, you won't believe it. They are having fun. So they're no longer interested to help or save their land. But I'm praying that Elohim will touch their heart to do the needful. And they know what to do. My name is Prosper Ihechi, the light of heaven, from Afara in Imo State. This is my blood brother. Maybe they'll put us in Niger Delta very soon. And then I'll tell you I'm a Niger Delta. And you from Afara in Mbitolu, from Ikeduru, I think it is Ikeduru, isn't it? You be Igbo, me I'll be Niger Delta. But you're from Afara, and you're my blood brother. Thank you very, very much for writing to me. Why do you say that Rochas Okrocha will go to jail together with the Hausa people? Why? Because of the abominable crimes he committed. Rochas Abogawosa is evil. Very, very evil. He was born by a Hausa man. The mother was impregnated by a Hausa man, and he knows it. Because by the time the mother was carrying him or fell pregnant with him, she had broken away or broken off the marriage with the father. Go and ask anybody, they will tell you. This is Radio Biafra, we speak the truth, and they know it. So that is why we call him Aboga Awosa. Okora Awosa, he is not part of us. He is not part of us. My name is Lauren. I'm from Imo State. I'm based in Germany. Please, why is the governors not supporting us despite, because the governors were put in office by the Janjaweed. They cannot go against their master. That is why they can never support us. And you know that very well. They will never support us. Uchenna ihe mekwara from California. But in here things are happening. I need a bank account to put my own share. Call the numbers that we gave to you. Call the numbers. In fact, what we need you to do, don't even give us any money from America. You people, you know where they sell guns and ammunition, you know. You are in America. You people, you are in advanced country, isn't it? You know where they sell it. So all we need to do is get yourselves together in America. Go and pay the companies, you know where they are. I won't say them on air. You know them. Go and pay them. Then contact me and ask me, where do you want us to deliver it? Or how do you want to pick it up? That's what I want to hear from America. I don't need don't ask me for bank account. Please. I'm not giving anybody any bank account. You people should organize yourselves. Go and buy the weapons that we need. Go and buy it. Then call me and say to me, we have these weapons. How do we move it? Then I'll come and take it from there. No matter where it is, I'll take it. Not telling me which account number. So tomorrow you say you gave me 4.4 trillion. Oh, please keep your money. Go and buy us weapons. I don't need your money. I need weapons. For goodness sake. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. You think you can intimidate us away from Facebook? We are back on. Although I cannot see how many of you who are with us again. I cannot see. I cannot see how many of us who are with us this evening because they've taken that one away. That is their business. We must preach the gospel of heaven. Jidofo from Ebonyi in UAE. How will you join IPOB? Go and join the family. Go, just come to Facebook and say, I have told you, everybody must join Radio Biafra London. There are many fake Radio Biafra Londons everywhere, opened by DSS. So you must be very, very careful, please. Very careful. So I want you to go and join Radio Biafra London. 1.5, that's how you know it's real. 1.5 million people are there. Radio Biafra London 2, over 500,000 people, 500 something thousand people are there. Radio Biafra page with nearly 800,000 followers. Or you come and like my page, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think I'm approaching 400,000 now. There are many fake ones as well, please. Opened up by DSS. Don't join them. Mine is nearly 400,000. 400,000. Very, very important, please. You go and join me there. You get all the information that you need. Izuchukwu is from Aba. There is one question I want to ask about farm settlements you told us about some time ago. We are still proceeding with it. We're not announcing it live on air, but we are going ahead with it. Because if we announce it on air, where the location of the farms are, Alamajiri will go there and destroy it. And then, when we retaliate, they will say we are terrorists. You know, that's what Yoruba media will write. Say IPOB are terrorists. That's what they will say. Chijoke Valentine, Obianoma, from Ihiala. I want to join IPOB family. There is IPOB family very formidable in Ihiala. Anybody, if you're not in IPOB, I feel sorry for you. What will you tell your children when the time comes? You'll be like one of those veterans. You go and copy somebody's name from somewhere and mention rank and say you served in this sector. Unfortunately for you, we're in a digital age. You can't come and lie. And I know some people will say, oh, but I wanted to join. I couldn't join. I wanted to join. It wasn't possible. I was calling. Now is the time to join. Chioma is calling from Obeledu, Anambra State. What are all Eastern governors doing to support Biafra? They are not doing anything. They can't support because their masters will query them. Their masters will query them in the north. That is the problem. They are not doing anything about it. And we are not hoping or relying on them. Greetings, Patrick ATK from Army Bwangele. You are in United Arab Emirates. What is your question? I want to see what question is. What is your question? You are sounding warning. Sake of our people. Again, how do I join IPOB in UAE? Call one of those numbers. Join those people. Yes, that is the correct page you have there. With 257,000 likes. Because Facebook will not show you how many people who are following. They want to give you the impression that I don't have many followers. That's what they're doing. So they will show you likes, but not followers. I have about nearly 400,000 followers there. And the reason it is not up to 4 million is because of Facebook. They are stopping us. They are trying to stop our work. And they are failing. And I saw somebody who said he's a miscreant. That's who I want to read from. Why is a Kuramadu threatened the way we did? He was the one that hosted and fronted for your release from Kuje. There are gossipers talking from both sides of the matter that you betrayed the Kuramadu because they are foolish. Number one, a Kuramadu should not be part of my shorties. There is a law in Nigeria that forbids senators from standing shorty for somebody. So some people went to the judge and told the judge to insert that very bail condition that I must be bailed by a senator. So they can stop me from agitating for Biafra. Listen very carefully to me. All those idiots yapping rubbish. I want you to listen very carefully. Because it was Senator Chukwumerije that got Owazirike's share of the money from the zoo that made Owazirike to abandon Biafra. Chukwumerije negotiated his release. And Owazirike accepted that he would no longer agitate for Biafra aggressively. Took his money and was received by Haneze and went to sleep. I went to Kremada's house and I told them what my mission was. When they realized that nobody can bribe me, they decided to gang up with the Janjaweed to kill me. And as a result of that, my parents are dead. That's why I will never forgive him. And those who were at Nike, I have their names. All those who attended Nike Lake Resort, I'm telling them live on air so they can go and keep planning. But in the end, they will pay very dearly for it. They will pay for it. We are live and we are direct. Facebook is messing themselves up and not us. We have been on air for, I would say, still, should I say 3.5 hours, isn't it? From 7 to 10. 3.5 hours. We must continue. There are Biafrans all over the world. Agbo Chinedu from Asaba. How will I join? Hey, IPOB. Hey, Asaba. Everywhere is IPOB. Just come out now outside and say, I want to join IPOB. There's a family member very close to you. Ask people around you. They will tell you where we congregate. We are a peaceful movement and we shall continue to remain so. But Janjaweed will not take our land. It's not possible. Ezeobi or Emmanuel from Aguata province in Ekulobia. Keep our arms, thanks. Before. That is true. They attacked us first in 67. But the way Yoruba media wrote it, you would think it was us that attacked them first. It was them that attacked us in 67. They attacked us at Gakem. They attacked us first in 67. But if you listen to them, you will not believe it that they attacked us first. Chidi is writing from where? From Abia State. Now we have gotten what we want. That Aso Rock is empty. Who will now pronounce or declare our nation? Not yet. We want to disgrace the zoo very well. The day the world will, because what they're doing now is they are borrowing money and bribing every government, bribing people, telling them, let us allow Nigeria to continue. You know, we give you oil. You know, we are Fulani. We are very stupid. We don't care about life. We are very hopeless. You know, Igbos, they are very smart. You know, if you allow them to go, you know, allow us to have our one Nigeria. We have a very strong point here. That is why Nigeria cannot recover. Do you know why they can never recover? Because they lied and deceived the whole world. A white man can be slightly amenable to bribery, but they have conscience. They have conscience. A majority of the Western world will descend on the zoo the day it is made. You just want to do it with panache, with style. The disgrace of the zoo will be done with class, a bit of class and finesse. So that everywhere you see a Nigerian around the world, how you will know that the zoo has collapsed and that Biafra has come is if you say you're a Nigerian, somebody will spit in your face. Then you know that Biafra has come. Because that's the package we prepared for Nigeria. Very sweet package. I want to destroy the... No, Chineke, because don't be upset with me. Elohim wants to destroy the zoo in such a way that historians will look at it and say and marvel. The zoo is gone. For hiding the death of Buhari, that was the end of Nigeria. And they can never recover. No, I hear Tanko Yakasai saying, let's go back to 1960. Rubbish. No restructuring. No federalism. No regionalism. Rubbish. Outright Biafra. And we are going to ask everybody from every region of Biafra, do you want to join? Yes or no? We will ask Ishekiri, are you coming with us? Yes or no? We'll ask Bini, do you want to come? Yes or no? They will have to decide. If they say no, we say bye-bye. With clean conscience. But those that form Biafra, that will be in Biafra, I am sounding it very clearly. We are going to adopt what I call the UAE model. Or what I call the Dubai standard. If you are an Igbo man and you want to do business in Ibibio land, an Ibibio person must front that business. You must go own that business as an Ibibio person. To stop all this nonsense about domination this, domination that. If you go now to Dubai to start a business, they will ask you to go and produce a local person who will be the front of that business. That's what we do in Biafra land. If you're an Igbo man and you want to go to Ijo land to do business, and a Ijo person must be the front, the face of that business. Please, if you're confused about what I'm saying, ask people that are doing business in Dubai how it's done. That is how it's going to be in Biafra land. We are not going to have a situation whereby somebody will be having a fear. Or Igbos may come here to dominate us. So no. There will be no Igbo businessman going anywhere to go and invest unless the parliament of those people have made a law allowing it to happen. And even if they have, a local person must go own that business. Must be the face of it. We are going to build a democracy and a system that will shock Africa. All the problems that bedevil Africa, we have distilled it for the past 25 years. We know everything. And our constitution is going to be in such a way that every... I don't want to go too far. Let's continue. I pray that the Almighty Elohim will bless you. Thank you very much. Our brother is writing. What is your name? DJ Newman. Thank you very much, DJ Newman, for your kind message. Thank you very much for those who are greeting. Thank you very, very much. I thank all of you for listening this very evening. I cannot take calls now. I will make arrangements to start taking calls after COVID-19 is over. I will take calls, and the best commentator on my page, we will co-host a program together via Zoom. That's what we're going to do. The best commentator on my page, or the best writer we have, the best person, the best article of the week, I will get 1 or 2 people and we will co-host this very program via Zoom as soon as the lockdown is over. At this very point, with 20 minutes to 11 p.m. in Biafra land, I must thank each and every one of you for listening. And I must also welcome those who from now onwards regard themselves as Biafrans rather than Niger Delta rubbish and South. I maintain, as I've always done and will always do, that unlike other people, for us, Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship, because Elohim is our God. From me, from here, it is good evening.